Please take the time to visit podsurvey.com/peasants to complete a short 21-question survey. Participants in the survey will be entered into a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. The survey can be taken multiple times, so feel free to visit back each month for your chance to enter the drawing. Please help to support the show by using our Amazon links located in the description anytime you purchase anything from Amazon. It's a great way to support the show while just going about your normal business shopping on Amazon.com. Also, check out our storefront for Drunken Peasants recommended merchandise. There will be 2 Patreon private shows for the month of October. This month's first Patreon private show will happen on Friday, October 5th. We will be watching and reviewing Gail Cord Schuler's Academy Award-winning blockbuster, The Rape of Brent Spiner. Witness the film that could have been the Citizen Kane of the 21st century had it not been for a vast Jesuit conspiracy. Also during that episode, we will be counting down the top 10 DP antagonists and revisiting some of their classic videos. We've recently posted a poll on Patreon for $5 plus patrons to vote on their favorites. It's not too late to sign up, cast your vote, and see the show on Friday. And that's it for now, guys. Thanks for your continued support.
Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, you know. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 487. and we got off to a late start. I blame Vadim completely. It was all
yeah. I was just just virtue signaling. Are you guys ready for some hardcore virtue signaling?
I'm ready. Okay, so Vadim, who's your buddy? Because you've been on so many times. Who's your buddy here?
This is my friend Tim. Everyone, he's coming to us all the way from New Zealand. And he's also known on the YouTubes as Ademotivator Opinion.
Hi. So you had a rivalry with Devin Tracy too, in addition to Vadim.
Well, there was kind of like this crew of people who were fighting with Devin Tracy about like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And I just joined that kind of group, so I ended up like, well, he tried to dox me and stuff, but he did it really, and he did it quite incompetently because on my YouTube channel it was linked to like my Facebook or whatever. So he was like, "Oh, I sent my hacker after you, and we found your Facebook or whatever," and I was like, "It was linked to my YouTube." So I guess his hacker clicked the button to my Facebook and was like, "Got you. You're hacked."
Yeah, I think his hacker guy was from New Zealand too, wasn't he? I don't know.
Australian.
Oh, was he? Okay. Yeah, it's like Canadians and Americans. Sometimes people can't
tell Dusty the cockatiel.
Oh shit!
He's a beautiful bird.
Can you tell Dusty the cockatiel that he's a beautiful bird, Vadim?
You're a beautiful bird, Dusty the cockatiel.
Awesome.
Oh.
Awesome.
That.
It sounded.
I don't know what that's about, but sure, I don't mind doing it.
So I can see your fans have high hopes. This show is going to be garbage.
So basically, we have a guy that has a pet cockatiel, and he sends in donations to get random people on the show to say that his cockatiel is a beautiful bird, and it's literally that's what it actually is. It's not a joke or anything. It's
Dusty the cockatiel has become a bit of a mascot.
Like sometimes we'll have the cockatiel on the show, like in the corner or whatever. So
and is it just a coincidence, or is this cockatiel named after Cult of Dusty?
I don't
think it's a coincidence.
So. Yeah, I think it is a coincidence.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't even know how much overall Dusty's owner has contributed. A lot. a lot over a year's time.
Birds are known to molt, right?
Some, yeah.
Dusty the Cockatiel should start a channel called The Molt of Dusty. That would be
Dusty, man. I mean, whoever this gentleman is, hey, you if you join Creationist Cat's Patreon, I'd be happy to have Cece say that your
don't do it, Dusty. Don't do it.
Uh-oh.
It's a fucking cat. It's going to eat you. You don't want to do this.
No. You're just, like, he'll still give you money. It's not like he's going to stop.
I don't know about this.
We just don't want him to get eaten by the cat.
So you guys are starting a podcast with Dusty, not the Cockatiel, but the Cult of Dusty. And
except we're really slow about getting everything going. I think left wingers are lazy and don't work hard, so it's gonna be like quite.
That's kind of why the right is in charge, right?
Yeah. So
yes.
So do you guys agree with Dusty that you shouldn't debate people that you really, really disagree with, because then you're like platforming them? Because here's my thing. If someone already has because I was like, Dusty, you should come on, because I know JF, and me and JF are on pretty decent terms, but I disagree with most of his views. So you know, and you know, being the host, you know, I can disagree to a certain point, but I can't. Like, if I'm hosting and I have someone as a guest, I can't make it all about me arguing with them. So usually and I'm not the best debater as well. So it's good to have like a third party there to kind of like counteract ideas. And he hasn't even agreed to do this. I was trying to get Dusty to agree to it first. And then I was going to ask JF, JF, hey, do you want to debate Dusty? Because JF used to say that he looked up to Dusty. So I thought that'd be really interesting. But Dusty is like, you're platforming him. Dude, JF already has a way bigger platform. And everyone here already knows who he is.
This is the thing. I mean, if you guys were... Dusty, even though that he is a very formidable debater, I think that he's not equipped with a lot of, like, scientific knowledge in order to if JF got into all this race realism bullshit.
But how scientific really is that? I mean, isn't that kind of pseudoscience?
Oh, it's totally pseudoscience.
Right.
I mean, it cherry picks some facts and then just kind of uses them, spins them in a way to just really misrepresent things. And JF is, as far as I'm concerned, he's these days like an alt-right piece of shit. But yeah, I mean, see, this is how I feel about platforming people. Yes, if you have someone who is there who can adequately push back, I wouldn't feel like I would be a good person to debate him, because again, I just don't have I would want someone who's like a biologist or who's just an expert in that realm of study in order to push against his bullshit.
Lord Ogden.
And I think, yeah. What's that?
We have a friend of the show's name's Landon, and he's an actual scientist.
I think his name's actually Lord Ogden.
But we make up a bunch of funny names for him. His real name is
Cole.
Yeah.
Cole.
Is he British? Because British people always have Lord in front of their name.
No, I just couldn't remember the name Landon. I kept calling him Langdon. So then I kept fucking it up. So I was just like an inside joke. Ogden.
Yeah, but I think he's like an astronomer. Yeah, I think so. I think Landon's an astronomer. But
racial science, astronomy, like pretty similar.
It's the space race.
Oh my
God.
God.
Like Ben, you were saying that you disagree with JF about stuff, but is it a disagreement to be like, so I abducted this little girl and then I took her and I had the sex with her.
I think that's fine.
And,
that all came to light.
Love, you idiot.
Okay,
dude,
so
I think if you're gonna bang a special needs girl, do it.
First of all, that all came to light.
Disagreement, or is that like you seem kind of predatory?
That all came to light on this show. And actually, the girl that you're mentioning was a fan of our show, and that's how he met her.
Yeah, the Drunken Peasants was named in the court case.
She could drive a car, so she must have been all there.
I mean, I don't know.
She needs somebody to tell her how to put her clothes on. I mean,
I don't know.
It
sounded
like she. was not of a state of mind that she could consent to.
Sounded like she needed somebody to tell her how to take her clothes off.
Here's the thing: people are always like, "Oh, you just want to do blood sports." I don't even want that. So, like, if you guys were debating race realism and one of you wanted to bring up, JF's, retarded girlfriend, I'd be like, "Hey, that's not what we're talking about." Like
I would defend him.
I know, but I'm just saying at the very least, like, doesn't it give you concern about his character at all? Like, maybe this guy's...
Yeah, but I would rather, instead of going the character route, instead of going the character assassination route, I would rather, like, we just pick a topic to debate and talk about that. Because that...
Yeah, but then you get onto the topics and it's all like race realism and like... Oh,
that should be enough.
Like, we are the white people are so smart. We need the white culture.
If you're attacking race realism, why do you even need to bring up the retarded girlfriend? I just think that should be
adds to the mix. That's all. It adds some flavor.
I think it's actually pertinent that the person who thinks that they're the superior species or whatever is dipping their fucking paint stick in the inferior broken humans.
Where's the crickets?
I like that.
You leftists who are intolerant. I am the one who I can't do French.
JF started out on our show.
I think he once said something like he's only concerned with the male population's IQ.
He did.
And that is such an idiotic thing to say.
Sure.
Obviously, if you have these low IQ women breeding with high IQ men, that's going to dilute the IQ somewhat. So, or at least
I think she was still part of the master race, so it's okay. She was still part of the master race. I think.
She was like Hispanic or something.
Yeah, she was Hispanic.
Yeah.
Oh, she wasn't even part of the master race.
What
is he doing? He's diluting.
I hope she's not watching right now. Well, if she is, I feel horrible.
I don't think she watches anymore, but who knows?
I think the majority of people who belong to the master race are actually like low-level, low-intellect human beings, right? Like, there's not a lot of really...
I don't know, but it's not about her. It's about, like, him, I don't know, using her.
Yeah, not just that. There was, like, a history of, aside from her, he just had a history of fucked up predatory behavior. I mean, I forget all the details, but there was an article written about it.
Sure.
And all of the women involved were interviewed, and, it wasn't just hearsay. They got real quotes from women that he had been in relationships with, and it just it. I mean,
okay, but if
fucked up shit.
I mean, but you could go back. I hate having to defend it, but I'd rather attack the substance of his argument than go back and find women he used to date that hate him, because you're gonna find that about pretty much any guy.
Not me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. If someone is in a debate with him about race realism, I guess that doesn't necessarily need to be brought up. But it should be more about the substance of the issues. But we're just, I think we're just bringing that up now just to kind of emphasize the fact that we think he's a slime ball.
Because now, like, people always pull, like, the, oh yeah? Well, you're a pedo card on people. Like, I see that as, like, an argument that people use when it's just like they just pull an ad hom out of their back pocket when they're losing a debate, and I hate that now.
Well, Ben, how about this then? Amos Yee had a chat with Sargon of Akkad. I made a video about it where it was basically like Sargon was doing his best to try to make Amos's views look acceptable. And he kept being like, you're just trolling, right? You're just pretending like it's just a big troll. And Amos would keep saying, no, I honestly think that we should have child porn and stuff. Like, he was very clear about it. But Sargon was awkwardly trying to make him look better. I mean, do you agree with that kind of thing? Or?
Well, I don't agree that he was trying to make him look better. He was just trying, because Amos Yee, like, does shit for attention, so a lot of people think he's a troll. Now, I don't think he's a troll because he actually went to jail for saying shit that was illegal in Singapore. That's a pretty dedicated troll. But no, I don't. I disagree with what he was trying to do. He was just trying to pass off Amos as a troll, when in reality, I don't think Amos was. I think Amos really does believe the fucked up shit that he says.
Trying to pass him off as a troll is, trying to make him look better. Otherwise, you just say, "Do you think it's real? Like, is this true, or are you trolling?" Like, which
I don't know. I don't know
but
if
instead
that's.
he was like, "This is a troll, right? This is a troll. You're trolling."
I don't know if that necessarily
like
makes him look better. I think it makes him look like whatever he says doesn't matter because everything he says is just edgy bullshit for attention. I mean,
he insisted it was true. Like that he actually thinks that.
I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, he basically nuked his channel because he would not budge on that. You know, he like it.
I wouldn't let him on.
I don't think that he's actually like. I talked to him behind the scenes, and there was a certain point where I kind of had to distance myself because I was just like, this is messed up. It's like I don't think he's genuinely attracted to kids, yet he thinks his arguments that
he's not
should be able to have these relationships. I think he genuinely thinks that that's cool and should be permissible. And I just hope he grows out of it, because aside from that crazy shit, like there's other aspects of him that like I don't know, like I give him credit for going to jail for freedom of speech and stuff.
There's no freedom of speech where he's from. That's why.
Open the small one first.
Okay. Yeah. We'll check that out. We're gonna go.
The chat's angry.
Climate change.
I use every issue to attack Sargon. I apologize, Sargon fans. That's my bad. I won't bring them up again. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize to them.
Let's pick on Sargon.
Yeah.
Somebody said, when did this stream become so left-wing? Like, when TJ left, did it become more left-wing? Or
No. We got accused of being more right-wing because because we had we've had Styx on, we had Sargon, we had
Roman Millennial.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people on.
We had all those.
You know what it is with us? We're so moderate that whoever else we have on, we're accused of being a member of that side.
I'm not even moderate. Like, I'm SJ Dub.
No, you're not. You're full of shit. You're really not. But here's a question, kind of going back to the Amos Yee thing, before we get into the videos and all that shit that we normally do. How do you guys feel? I have my own opinions about this, but I won't give them yet. I want yours first. How do you guys feel about the animated, like the lolly porn shit? Do you think that's like pedophilia? Even though it's animated?
I don't, because it's not real. But it could represent a mentality that people have. Like, it's kind of like when people torture pets. They may go on to kill humans. Like, you just keep an eye on those people.
Yeah, because in some countries it's outright illegal. Like, I know in Canada it's illegal, but in the U.S. there are certain states where it's legal. Here, it's.
Are you talking about? Because Are you talking about actual animated porn where children are having sex?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, animated.
Yeah. So there's no actual victim. There's no actual victim, but it.
Destiny.
Yeah.
You know who Destiny is?
Yes.
He's a pretty popular YouTuber, and he got in some shit because he brought up some studies about how giving child porn to people who are pedophiles. Child porn that's already been created, reduces the potential for them to actually commit a pedophilic act.
I don't agree with that because there's a real victim involved. If it's real photos or real videos, then someone was actually victimized to make that. So the fact that it's already been made shouldn't matter.
His counter argument
against it, but
he was saying his counter argument was that they would check with the people who were in the original porn whether it was okay or something like that.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's weird. Hey, you're 24 now. You know when you got fucking molested on camera? Can we use that? Can we just...
Well, his argument was, I think, if you get this consent, and we know for a fact that using this can reduce the amount of children getting raped, then isn't that for the better?
I don't know if there's any proof that's really true.
That's what the study said.
Apparently, there are some studies that say that. I don't fucking know.
Who funded that study? Nambla?
An expert on this. So
I think it feeds into the narrative that progressivism is going to lead to like pedophilia or something. I'm super progressive. Like, it's LGBTQP. pedosexual.
I think it's really like, you know, Catholic rings and just very right wing Islamic groups that, you know, are
and just good puppy, I think am I a cute wolf? Can you tell me that I'm such a good little puppy?
Oh my God!
Man, can you tell me that you're a good puppy?
Yeah. Creamsicle wants Vadim to call him, they, a good puppy.
In your audience.
Yeah, we have a lot of them.
Give him some belly rubs.
Creamsicle, you're a very good puppy.
Yeah. A lot of it's animal based.
He deserves some bacon bits, or no, not bacon bits. What is it?
A sausage.
Yeah, sausage. There we go.
Before we get into the serious stuff, I have the segment queued up where we embarrass Billy.
Oh.
Billy the fridge didn't cut up. All right. So, what is this? See, I dig up Billy's cringy old videos from the last 10 years and play them.
Ho, 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 and Merry Fridgmas. It's Christmas Day, and I'm having a wonderful time in my bathrobe.
Was this really Christmas Day?
Yeah, I think this was on Battle Cam back when the billionaire was paying me money to be fat.
Are you like in your teens here?
No,
yeah.
He's ageless.
I'm ageless. I've only started aging when I lose weight.
Yeah. He's lost like 170 pounds,
and it's
so
added
far
like
this year.
10 years to my life.
Yeah. You do look a lot thinner since the last time I saw you.
Yeah, this is fuck. How old was it? This was 8 years ago.
Screenshot.
Like some
7 years
gangster
ago.
rap or something.
Just don't go the full Jonah Hill. Like there, you need like enough pudge to like like Jonah Hill is still awesome, but he's like I think far less funny since he's lost.
I've started
like now he's rail thin.
Why is he less funny just because he's not as fat?
Yeah, that's sizist.
I don't know. There's something about being a little fat. Like same thing with Zach Galifianakis. He like I mean he's still a comic genius, but there was something about his pudginess that just made it made him funnier.
I think it's because like myself losing weight, I now have like a nut sack hanging below my chin. And I look at that instead of my smile now, and I focus on the nut sack, and it makes me less funny. Because
I think there's a certain genre of fat guy who's like everybody's best friend kind of thing. It's like Jonah Hill, like Seth Rogen.
After the revolution, these sick cunts will serve hard labor and sterilized. Hope you're getting a cut of that video from yesterday. Smoke pan every day.
Smoke pan every day.
I've already made a statement about that.
I think.
Yeah. I think we should get this video over with. I don't know I don't remember it.
Celebrating being merry. You know how we do. Well, I want to say for all my peoples over the internet, I love you. And for all the people in Seattle, December 31st, we're going to be partying Nectar Lounge.
Oh, it was a fucking stupid promo for a fucking show I was doing.
Beautiful people's music.
I'm like, what the fuck did I do this for?
I like the one where you do the movie review for a movie that you clearly haven't watched. And you like got paid for it, and you're like wearing a blanket. What was it, a blanket or a towel over your head?
Something, yeah.
Why did you do this shit all the time?
People would give me stuff to like review or talk about, and this was a fucking show, so I just did it for... You know, we didn't have Instagram to post our fucking dad's photos on.
You know, it's hilarious. Billy did a lot of this promo stuff, and people used to pay him in bitcoins back when bitcoins were like practically worthless.
Yeah, they were worth pennies.
And Billy was just like getting them and like buying pizzas with them.
Yeah.
When like he could have ended up buying all kinds of shit.
If I would have held on to it, I'd be a fucking millionaire right now.
Is this a character? Or like, do you actually talk like this?
This is how I used to talk.
He is a character.
I've started.
Be cool.
I've started changing over the years when I grew older and more aware of how fucking jaffable I was. Is that what you call it when you look like you're autistic and you get banged by the alt-right?
I'll get drunk, wasted New Year's Eve Nectar Lounge, and everybody else, Have a super spectacular Christmas. Happy holidays from Billy the Fridge.
Oh,
See,
shit.
If I saw that, I would think, like, is that Andy Milonakis's older brother? But
he knows Andy.
Yeah, Andy's my Andy commented on my Twitter today.
Andy's great. I know him from my UCB days.
People used to call me John Candy Milonakis.
John Candy
Milonakis.
Okay, we need all kinds of photoshops and memes made
Please
from
don't.
this.
You know what? If one of you guys wanted to print that picture out and do a tribute to it, just at me on Twitter with a tribute over my fat face. That's the only thing I'll accept.
How many subscribers
Photoshop some Gene Simmons makeup on top of that.
So this was this on Battlecam? Billy?
This was not
Are you playing Pokemon right now, motherfucker? Stop.
What?
Stop.
What? I'm playing Pokemon.
Okay, first of all, you put my life in danger driving while playing Pokemon.
I want to catch
We're doing
one.
a show now. Put your fucking phone away.
I'm pulling open the chat so I can read what chat has to
We're
say.
Cheesecake.
Don't
Do you want me to play the
dare.
fucking cheesecake song?
I wanted to read chat and see what they're saying about this picture.
How many subs did you have back then?
Fucking none. Like
Was
7.
this like viral or?
I think this was for my. I posted on YouTube to post to Facebook or something. I don't remember. It was bad. This is my look, guys. All right. I was always fat. I didn't have a lot of self-respect.
I was always fat.
I didn't have a lot of friends. I just sat in a bathrobe, and sometimes I put on hats, or sometimes I put on makeup, and I just talked into a camera because I didn't have anybody else to talk to.
I say we don't even play any more videos, and we just leave this up for the rest of the show.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I've seen a lot worse. This is not like Brett Keane territory.
Oh.
This is not. This is.
I feel like as someone who's not fat, it's not my place to comment. So I just.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
respect
fatting
you,
around,
I'll
guys.
stay out of it.
You know,
this is why I don't judge fat people. Because they're just fatting around trying to make it through the day, okay? I used to be one of them.
There must be a more PC way of saying fat. Like, I don't know what it is.
Who cares?
Not too long ago, I was kind of drunk, and I sent Billy a joke text just for fun. And it was, you know the meme, like, open bobs. Next thing you know, I have a picture of a big-ass titty. Yeah. Billy's big-ass titty.
I sent him my titty.
Yeah, like, fuck you, dude.
Shouldn't have said open bobs. You're lucky you didn't say show Bob, open Bob's show vagine.
Do you have vagine?
I would have tucked my dick back and manginaed you.
Oh, okay.
I just sent you the man genius.
So before we
I don't know how that would do on YouTube though. You might get flagged.
I'm sorry.
You can't have manginas on YouTube. I don't think.
Oh, it was in.
Can you? Or you get in trouble?
It was a text. I would have sent him the text, the mangina text.
Before we get into the news segment, I have to bring on one of our patrons who is a $100 patron. So he gets to join us for a segment of his choice. So you guys are going to go black for a moment here. Once you go black, you never go back.
Uh-oh.
Oh, actually, you will
we
go
will
back.
go back after this segment.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, they'll come back up on the screen in just a moment here. I just have to bring this guy on.
Show Bobs and vagine.
Hello from the void.
Yeah, he'll be on in just a moment here.
Hello from the other side.
I must have died 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
Adele, just fatting around.
I never thought we'd have Adele on the show.
Nothing wrong with Adele.
Hello, Drunken Peasants.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Sir.
Thanks.
Where's Tim? I see
That's
myself.
not how.
I don't see Tim.
That's that lyric I just said is not in the song apparently.
Oh,
according to Google.
Oh,
I apologize. Oh, I'm still in the void. Okay, I was in the sunken place.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Your camera's all over the place, and part of it's.
I can't get it to stay still. It's fucking irritating.
All right, so we're gonna get into the news segment now. All right, Puking Dog 2020.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run for president.
No, I'm gonna vote for Puking Dog.
You got better vote for me, Ben.
No, I'm gonna vote for Puking Dog.
Run.
I like how he skillfully is banging the female dog while puking and then eating his own puke at the same time.
If you watch that entire clip, he goes on to eat a whole bunch of the puke.
Savage.
Yeah, he does.
All right, so first thing we have here is, Trump unveils his closing midterm message, because the midterms are coming up really close now. So it's funny because usually the sitting president will really help energize your base.
Oh, he didn't do that?
I mean... We'll see.
President Trump hammering Democrats with a stern midterm message.
Come Election Day, Americans will remember Kavanaugh, and they will remember all sorts of other things because that was a shameful act. This will be an election.
It looks like he's wearing a batting helmet. I just can't get over it.
Finish the wall.
I can't fucking believe that the people are still carrying these drain the swamp signs, because it's just like the dude hired so many people from Goldman Sachs and so many fucking billionaires. I mean, he flooded the White House with gators. Like, he did not drain the swamp.
I think the finish the wall sign is a little bit critical. Like, hurry up.
It's kind of aggressive.
I mean,
it isn't too long with this fucking wall. Finish the wall already.
What about...
Have they started it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't even know if they've actually started the wall.
Start the wall.
I was watching some old Trump footage from, when he was running for president, and he was saying, like, day one, we'll start building the wall. And it's like, you know what's going to happen is he's going to build a couple segments of wall, and then he's going to be like, the Democrats wouldn't let me finish it. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I don't think he's going to build a segment of the wall.
I think there already have been a few segments, Bill. I think.
Okay. I was watching
a fence up.
I was watching a documentary yesterday about a guy who visited the border, and he went to just go see if he could cross the border, and he literally just like walked to the border, and there was a fence, and the fence just had a massive gap in it, and he was like, and he just walked through. I mean, so they're still working on it.
I mean, like, there are places where, the U.S.-Mexico border is where you don't need a wall. It's some of the most rugged terrain. Like, you're likely to die just trying to cross it.
You need sniper towers or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've also heard that, the majority of people who, contrary to what most people think, the majority of illegals who come in through plane. And then on top of that, I've heard that more illegal immigrants are actually leaving America than they are coming into America. And so there's so many reasons why the wall is just a bad idea.
I mean, there's already tunnels. I mean, there's dozens of tunnels that have been found. They start in a building in Mexico and they open up in a building in the U.S. They're completely undetected. There's also boats. Like, people in Mexico, they'll go way out into the ocean on a boat and then cross the border and come back around.
Well, I was told that most of the illegals here are just people that flew over and overstayed their visas on the...
I mean, yeah, that's part of it. Or they're like migrant workers and stuff. Walls are, what are we, in medieval times? You know, what? How about a moat, too, while we're at it?
We shouldn't be building walls. We should be building bridges.
Wow, that's...
a huge minefield.
Bridges, man. Oh, we should be holding hands.
I think we should build a moat and drain the swamp into it.
Of Kavanaugh.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Shut up.
No, I was just going to say, I love the Mexican president in the first few months of Trump's term. He would tweet things out just like literally he'd say, "We will not pay for that fucking wall."
And that guy isn't even the current Mexican president. He's a former one. Yeah, Vicente Fox. And it's kind of weird because he's kind of conservative. He was buddies with Bush back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Vicente Fox, and he was the president around the same time Bush was president.
The caravan, law and order, and common sense. But the choice could not be more clear. Democrats produce mobs. Republicans produce jobs.
Oh,
Democrats,
good one.
however, don't seem...
Who wrote that for him?
They produce mobs.
Yeah.
Kanye did that for him.
The mob was kind of always pro-union, right? That was always a Democratic thing.
Like the Teamsters and stuff. I don't know.
I bet you he didn't write that. I bet you he took that from like the 70s. Someone else used it.
Oh, I like how they put the quote at the bottom
Get
too.
on the same page. For example,
Can you imagine like 30 years
Trump
from now reading that in a history book? You know, all the famous presidential quotes. You know, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Democrats produce mobs while Republicans produce jobs.
The horrible thing is that if you made like a list of like the top 1,000 stupidest things that Trump has ever said, I don't even think that would make it. You know, like that's it's pretty moronic. But this is Trump we're talking about. He's, kind of
and the Blase Ford thing when he was shitting on her, the stuff he was saying was just completely untrue. He's like, she can't remember where it happened, but she did say where it happened. She didn't know if it was upstairs or downstairs, but she said it happened upstairs. And she doesn't know who was there or whatever, but she said who was there. Like, it was all just complete lies. Like, she said all that stuff, but his fans are just so gullible. They just take anything he says.
Here's my take on that. I think Trump should have kept his mouth shut about it. Like, you know, he could have addressed the situation in general, but I don't think he should have attacked her directly. You know, they should have let the process kind of figure that out. I do think, though, that, you know, if we're allowing, you know, anytime someone new is coming into government, if we allow anyone from 30 years ago to just accuse them without any actual real physical evidence, and it's all just this anecdotal evidence, I think we're setting a precedent where that's going to happen every time someone...
Oh, absolutely. I agree. But what people wanted is that they wanted a decent investigation, and they didn't get that.
How good of an investigation are they going to get?
They don't care if the guy raped her. Like, why would they? Or if he tried to rape her, like,
how
they
often
just don't care about that.
How often do they go back and investigate situations like this from 30 years ago? Right?
Not very often.
It's hard enough to investigate.
Clinton killed Vince Foster.
I think the big problem is that he was lying under oath. Like,
yeah, that's what they should have focused on.
Doing that. That's indisputable.
He's supposed to be a judge,
being
right?
Honest, they would just say, "We do not care what he did to this woman. We don't give a shit. We just want to hit him on the Supreme Court."
If you believe that, then Bill Clinton shouldn't have been president either, because Bill Clinton got caught lying under oath in front of a grand jury.
He was already president. Either they just wanted to get him out of office. Like, it's all politics. It's just
that's all
politics.
It is. I mean, that's all this is in general. You know, Bill Clinton got a blowjob in the Oval Office. They put him in front of a grand jury. He lied about it. They're trying to get him out of office. Kavanaugh, he's conservative, so the left wants to get him out. They all do this. Obama is the first black president, so they make up a lie that he wasn't born in the U.S., therefore he's not eligible to be president.
Look,
so they demand his birth certificate. They're always
normally they would make an argument based on the fact that he's like Kavanaugh is extremely right wing and would just be like a rubber stamp for the president, but instead it got caught up in all the sexual allegation stuff.
And Bill Clinton
sort of
didn't
went in a different direction, but you could still argue that the guy was like pretty extreme just as a judge.
I feel
and that
like
was shown like on his first day in the court, he argued that they should be able to imprison illegal immigrants indefinitely, and Gorsuch, who is the other guy who was put on by Trump, was like, I don't know, man, that seems kind of extreme.
Yeah,
on his first day.
I feel like ever since Richard Nixon. It might maybe even before this.
Probably before.
They're always trying, rather than like using normal means to counteract the president that's on the other side, or not just the president, but whoever is at a high political level. They try to find some other way to get rid of him or keep him from taking office, rather than. What are you gonna say, Vadim?
Well, I was going to say, I think you make a decent point about Bill Clinton, but you also have to take into account what he's lying about. Like, ultimately, even though that it is bad that he like perjured himself, and lied about the blowjob thing. Not Gorsuch, what Kavanaugh was lying about was basically, like trying to cover for who he was back then, and I don't know.
Where do you draw the line, though? I mean, a lie under oath is a lie under oath.
Bill Clinton didn't lie.
It was a bunch of lies. It was a bunch of lies.
About what?
He said, okay, it doesn't matter what you're lying about. When you're under oath, any lie is illegal.
But he didn't lie.
They asked him. No, he said he didn't have sexual relations.
He said he didn't have sexual relations. And if anybody's watched Clerks, you know, a blowjob and sex are two different things. That girl sucked 37 dicks, but only slept with 3 guys.
I think this happened before Clerks came out.
Yeah, but if you look at Clerks, that's definitive proof. They can hold up in
so sad
court.
that we didn't have Clerks as the measuring stick.
We should have. They should have used that defense because he said I didn't have sexual relations, and he technically didn't. He got a blowy.
He also said they asked him a question, and he's like, "That depends on what your definition of the word is." Yeah. That was hilarious.
No, Bill Clinton definitely lied, and also I think he was in a position of power, so obviously it was dodgy.
Dodgy?
You know what though? Though? I think it's bullshit that just recently Monica Lewinsky comes out and plays the victim. Look, I know she was young, but she was still old enough to make her own decisions. She was over 20 years old. She was living
up her vagina.
And you know women like are attracted to guys in positions of power. Like, are you supposed to
take away all
them
responsibility from adult women that consent to, sexual relations just because they're younger and the guy that they're with is, extremely powerful.
Or because they're deemed unfit to travel over state lines.
I mean, if he was like, if you don't blow me, I'm going to fire you, or I'm going to send people after you, that's one thing. But there's no evidence that happened. She was attracted to him. Well, for one thing, a lot of women back then thought he was an attractive guy for a president. For one thing,
he's still
at the very least, it's unprofessional.
Led the sex.
I think her big problem was not just the sexual dynamics and whatnot. I think her big problem was the aftermath. How she was kind of labeled as like, this whore by the media.
Yeah, that was the problem.
I would say that probably Hillary Clinton was pretty awful to her as well.
Who else keeps a dress with jizz on it that long? But a whore.
Damn.
I guess it is kind of weird to hold on to a dress with a jizz.
It's the president's jizz. It's very valuable. You'd want to hold on to that.
Hang that up in the Smithsonian.
On eBay.
Is it in the Smithsonian?
No.
It should be.
All right. I think we're done. All right. I think we're done with this Trump thing. I was
just going to say, my sole point there was just that I think people need to forget about the idea that the politicians are doing this because they actually give a fuck. It's like they don't. It's all like political. I think that's just...
Well, politics is all about who gets what, right? It's not about caring about humanity. It's about what part of humanity
gets
getting
the power and holding on to it.
People are like, I can't believe that these people are being hypocritical. It's like, how could you not believe that? That's what they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
This one's great because these are two... this next video are two people that I despise basically filleting each other on video.
Without further ado, we are in the studios of Rush Limbaugh. First, I want to congratulate you. 30 years.
And by the way, Rush Limbaugh is almost totally deaf from taking huge amounts of oxycodone over a period of several years. This is true. And they never bring this up. You can see the wire from his hearing aid. He has those cochlear implants. He'd be totally deaf without them.
Cochlear?
Talk radio, the king of talk radio, and going stronger than ever.
It's amazing. It really is. I'm enjoying it as much as I ever have, if not more so. I get more thrills from it. I get more satisfaction.
And by the way, not the king of talk radio, Howard Stern, king of talk radio.
No shit. New Zealand. I'm enjoying it more than I ever have because I can't hear myself.
True. Like I think his figures are pretty down the toilet from what I've heard. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, 15 years ago, right-wing talk radio was kind of at its peak.
Satisfaction from it than I've ever had. If you would have told me 30 years ago, or even 40, when I was dreaming of all this, that by the time I reached 65, that it would be more competitive than ever, that I would be more involved than ever. I thought 65, well, you got left to prove. You phone it in, you take it easy, you go to the beach, do a couple hours a week, and that's
it. The thing is attached to his head.
Yeah, that's so he can hear. He would not be able to hear at all because of that. He got caught, I think it was like 15 years ago, he got caught like doctor shopping, going to like several different doctors trying to get pills, and then he got caught like having his housekeeper get pills for him, and he was
but that's not substance, right? That's sexual stuff.
Didn't he also get like? Didn't he go on like a sex tour in Thailand or something?
I don't know.
I heard about that.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
So the guy has a good time.
I don't know about that, but the ironic thing was because he was potentially going to face criminal charges, and Rush Limbaugh throughout his career has bashed the ACLU for years, but the ACLU went to bat for him when they were trying to go through his private medical records to try and convict him for stuff.
Good old ACLU.
Yeah, it's so weird.
They're there for you when you're not even there for them.
Yeah.
Carson, I can't imagine not doing this. And I think largely because of you, as you just laid out, we are seriously at a tipping point. I don't know. I worry. I don't know how many people actually are aware of how close we are to losing.
He almost kind of looks like Darth Vader when they take the helmet off.
Alex Jones is young Rush Limbaugh, and
kind of.
Rush Limbaugh is Darth Vader. Rush Limbaugh.
Does Trump shout out Rush? Because I can't remember him shouting out Rush.
No, he's more of a Hannity guy. He's always like, ask Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity was there. Yeah. That's a credible source, right?
Rush Limbaugh, great guy. He's fantastic. I can't remember hearing that.
Yeah, the
president about Rush is that when he came on the scene, he was really the most extreme person out there. And now there are just tons of people that just make him look pretty lightweight in comparison, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Just like the crazy shit that they'll say.
Yeah.
Alex Jones.
Sorts of right-wing pundits.
And there was Michael Savage. He's like a very far right-wing, like even way more far right than Rush here.
Country is found.
I'm going to look this up.
Sorry?
Savage coined the term liberalism is a mental disorder.
Yeah, that's the title of one of his books, actually. And it's funny because his real last name is Wiener. It's not Savage. And it's true. It's true. And he has a PhD in like naturopathic medicine. So a lot of his early books are like how to use herbs to treat illnesses and that kind of stuff. Which is so strange.
I'm Googling it now. I can't find any mention of Rush Limbaugh by Trump, so I guess he just doesn't pay attention to the guy.
That is so strange because most Republican presidents prior to Trump were buddies with Rush.
Maybe he's low energy.
No, Alex Jones kind of took over for Rush.
Alex
so
Jones.
Yeah, Trump preferred Alex Jones.
That's interesting.
Trump's jerking off all the right-wing political pundits has actually been coined as the Hannity job now.
The hand.
It's going to be in America, but what is it going to be? And it really is at stake. And I've been trying in I don't know how many ways to explain to my audience why it's different now than it was 15 years ago or 20. And I do it by trying to analyze who the left is, what they have become. I'm naive in many ways. And
I might take a little objection to Rush being naive.
You tell me if
I
this is
object,
naive.
Rush.
I look at what happened.
I love you so much.
Yeah, I want. When are they going to kiss?
You know, we can't use words like naive to describe ourselves. We fall apart. We're a house of cards.
Looked at the literal mob behavior that was inspired, bought and paid for by the Democrat Party. The media encourages it. In my naive world, that behavior would
at least he's admitting his world is naive.
Secure the biggest landslide defeat a political party has ever had in a sane world where decent people are the majority.
What'd you say, man?
Was it a landslide, actually?
No.
What, the Trump win?
Yeah.
Did he say a literal landslide?
Yeah.
Well, it was
literal landslide.
It was a big landslide as far as like the electoral college goes.
You know, like a landslide to me is Reagan in 1981, where he literally won every state except for one. You know, that's like that's a landslide.
That's a bigger landslide than this. He really only lost one state?
I believe so, yeah. Let me
actually
see.
Crazy.
What's the difference between a mob and a literal mob? Aren't they like...
Well, regular mob. Regular mob might just be lining up to buy the new iPhone. We don't know. But
literal
mob.
Oh, you know what?
That's the literal mob.
Literal mob has picket signs.
Literally mobbing.
It was Reagan 1984. It was Reagan's second election. He won.
Mondale.
Damn.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, Mondale was from Minnesota, so he won. Mondale won Minnesota.
I watched the Reagan Mondale debate. Mondale was just absolutely atrocious. Like just watching.
I think
like it's the worst.
Yeah, I think also he had Geraldine Ferraro as his running mate, and she was not that bad from what I recall. But I think that it was a little kind of early. Like I think America was more sexist in the 80s than they are now.
Virtue signaling. Virtue signaling.
That's this Time magazine.
right.
I've got a quote from Mondale, and the quote is, "I am the nominee." Inspiring. Very, very inspiring.
Mondale was a bad candidate, as was Dukakis. But,
Oh yeah, that's the
Dukakis was
first.
just weak. Eh?
That's the first election I remember. Like I was born in '81, but I remember Bush versus Dukakis very well.
I hate to say it, but Dukakis. You just can't imagine a President Dukakis. Just the name.
I mean, it's a.
I know that
it's a Greek name, I think. Yeah.
Sounds like something that you say to a little kid when he needs to go to the bathroom. Dukaki?
He was. It's weird because like Dukakis, he had like salt and pepper colored hair, but he had super thick jet black eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
That's always weird when that happens.
He was a cuck.
And it wouldn't even be considered relevant. And the people of this country would want to get rid of that as quickly as they could. But yet, it may be close to 50% of the country. I don't think it is, and I hope not. But the fact that it continues to survive, I've evolved a bunch of theories to explain it. And I really think, by the way, interrupt any time with a question.
No, I don't. You're doing great, Rush.
I really think.
No way.
Sean Hannity's like, I'm just in awe of your greatness.
That all of this, or the vast majority of it, still, Sean, revolves around one of the age-old arguments that left versus right has had, and that is role of government in our lives. Now, the people on the left, I read something with Jim Garrity at National Review about a month ago now, and it just struck me, because I think it's dead on. I'm going to paraphrase what he said. He said what has happened in his view, and I endorse this, I think, even more than he did. I think it's a bigger point than he made.
It's a point.
These people,
Jesus. He's tiptoeing there.
You can interrupt with a question anytime because I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this narrative.
Is really a
left bad. I agree.
Left bad, right
left
good.
Is bad.
You know, we've always the argument between right and left is how much government involvement we should have. You know, like.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm done with Rush because he's not getting to his point.
Yeah.
Here's a video, and it poses a question. Has the left had enough of Hillary Clinton?
For someone named Rush, he sure takes his time.
Has...
Dad jokes.
So, yeah, and I think it's kind of a dumb question because we saw that they had enough of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. But is Hillary like leftist?
Well, Hillary's currently saying they should murder people in the streets, right?
I haven't heard that. I try to ignore what she says at this point.
Well, that's what they're saying. She's inciting the mob. She wants to kill us all.
I liked Hillary until she said to the polls.
You voted for her.
I voted for Hillary, yeah. I was all for Hillary.
So it worked. You went to the polls.
No,
Pokemon went to the polls.
I was all for her when she said Pokemon Go. It was just when she said to the polls.
Did you find any Pokemon at the polls? That would be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I caught a fucking Dookie Dad.
I find it weird that the leftists are supporting Hillary. Ain't she like more capitalist? Like,
I mean, yeah, but America's just more capitalist, you know. So
oh yeah. Well, I forgot that. Sorry.
Yeah.
The majority of the Democratic Party. That's the whole thing that makes this conversation that we're listening to a farce. The establishment of the Democratic Party has never been more conservative in American history. And, you've got your Bernies, you got Alexia Cortez, you got like a few progressives out there, but they're vastly outweighed by people like Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton and shit and Chuck Schumer. These people are at best moderates. They're not very left.
Well, when you say conservative, do you mean socially or economically or like
both
area?
I mean economically.
You know
what? It's almost absurd to listen to American politics.
Well, 2013 is an extremely late, time to come out in favor of gay marriage. Like that's how long it took Hillary Clinton. You know what?
Even Obama too. Obama wasn't pro-gay marriage at first either. Even when he first got elected.
I think that
should be a base minimum. Like you should just expect them to be for that. But it took them like fucking decades.
Well, now everybody's pretty much for gay marriage, right? Like there's like a handful of people.
Not everybody.
I would have respected them a lot more if they were like in 1990, just being like,
Sanders.
I totally agree, but they were obviously just looking at the poll numbers and waiting to see kind of like, once the majority of Americans were for it, they were always there.
They were riding the civil union fence. They were riding the fence of civil unions, being like, I'm not against them being together, but marriage, that's a man and a woman. That's how we define it. So we'll just call it a civil union. And that was passable forever, So but going back to like Democrats being, more conservative, Bill Clinton was the first of his kind. He was considered a new Democrat because he was more conservative than the Democrats prior to him. So it was kind of
he was a triangulator.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he towards the end of his presidency, especially, he made like a lot of deals with the conservatives that to this day kind of have. I mean, it was the start of a lot of repeals of like rules with banking and also with kind of campaign donations and shit, and just a lot went to hell as a result of some of the deals he made at the end of his presidency. And I think he's even like spoken about how he regrets some of that.
He regrets a lot.
I think that's big problem with
God, you don't just spring that on a person.
I think there would be more solutions for Americans if the president doesn't have that much power.
Okay, so we should just restructure our entire government, is what you're saying?
Should we just?
Yes, basically.
We'll get to work on that. Let me get to Tucker.
All right.
Hillary Clinton failed the Democratic Party 2 years ago, but she's been...
I like how they picked the most flattering picture of her, too.
...determined to remain in the public eye ever since. Now the New York Times editorial board is fed up with it. In an opinion piece, board member Michelle Cottle complains about Clinton's masterclass in distraction. She says Clinton's recent stunts, her attacks on civility, for example, are diluting the party's message and could cause them to suffer more defeats at the ballot box. In short, Hillary, please go away for just a few minutes. Dave Rubin hosts the Rubin Report
for just a few minutes.
Oh no!
Davey Ruse! Hey, did you know this guy's gay?
Yeah, we've actually had him on before.
Yeah, he's totally gay, but he doesn't play identity politics.
Yeah, he just sticks to the facts, man. But did you know that he's actually gay? A gay Republican?
Doesn't he take coke money? And I don't mean like cocaine money. I mean like the Koch brothers money.
Oh yeah. Did you guys see that David Pakman was talking to Dave Rubin about doing an interview at the same time that that Rubin said that he was keen to do it, like on that day, but then he went off and did Tucker Carlson instead of talking to David Pakman.
No, I did not know that.
And then David Pakman tweeted at him like, I didn't know you were going on Tucker Carlson today. We talked about having a hangout. And he's like, I arranged this many months in advance, so just have a good pity party, whatever.
Well, if he arranged it months in advance, then he should have been like, sorry, I have other plans already.
Exactly. But he just totally fucked over David Pakman to go on Tucker Carlson.
Great to see you, by the way.
Good to see you.
One of the benefits of being in Los Angeles is you're on the set. What do you make of Hillary Clinton she is still the standard bearer of the party, isn't she? She was the last nominee.
Yeah, look, this line about civility, that we can no longer be civil with our political opponents, think about what that really means. Just word it different.
Look at the pictures they choose. They make her look like a crazy...
Damn.
Oh, my God.
We should start being uncivil, right? That's what she's really saying. So what does that really mean? Hunt them down in restaurants, find them in elevators, go to their jobs? Should we stop them on the road? I mean, where does this go? The thing that we have in America is that we can do this every night. You, Tucker Carlson, can argue with someone about something political.
Yes.
And it doesn't get violent, and you wrap it up at the end of the day, and you go home and you do it again the next day. Civility is all we have, and they're making it very clear. And this is something, I say this as someone that was on the left my whole life. I've never voted. I think one time in my life I voted for a Republican, which was Mike Bloomberg at his 3rd term in New York City a long time.
Oh, he does this too. Not only am I gay, but I used to be a liberal.
I'm what they call a new liberal.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm a classical liberal.
I'm a classical liberal, not this new liberal. I don't play identity politics like new liberals. I mean, I am a gay man, but that doesn't come into factor. That's not why I'm getting all this coke money.
Easy Republican situation, right? So I say this as someone that's been trying.
I'd have more respect for him if it was literally like cocaine money and not coke.
Well, that's how Hillary and Clinton got in, right? Bill and Hillary, they got that coke money through fucking Columbia to Arkansas flown in.
Trying to call it out from what I considered my side for a long time. It's like, guys, let's rein this back in a little bit, because what is after civility? And I think we both know what it is, and it's pretty dangerous.
I wonder if she does.
He's pretty dangerous. Full of shit.
Gay Holocaust is what comes after that.
Painful. The dude, you're totally right. He plays this whole like I used to be a liberal card, and he wasn't. I mean, he was a libertarian, and like he just blurs the lines between those things. There's a little bit of liberalism to libertarianism, but when it comes to economic issues, it's just a totally different thing. And he's full of shit.
The thing that annoys me about this is they keep talking about civility at the same time that they're saying that the left is a mob. So we're like, these guys are a mob, and they're just trying to mob us, and they don't care about freedom, and they're trying to destroy everybody. And now they're saying that you shouldn't be civil. What a mob. But, like, they have no problem constantly insulting the left all the time. So they don't actually care about civility. And I think any left-winger who buys this, like, oh, I have to be civil to these people who keep calling me a mob and keep saying, like, I don't know, SJW or some shit. Why the hell should you be civil to those people? I'd just say go fuck yourselves. Like,
we should be
such a waste of time.
We should be civil, right?
He has these conversations with people all the time who are fucking nasty ass people like Mike Cernovich and Candace Owens and just and fucking Ben Shapiro. And fine, like he could do what he wants on his show, but it's just like the people that he fraternizes with do not. They do not like treat their opponents fairly. So again, he's just a fucking piece of lying.
Well, and it's also a straw man of Hillary to say like she's saying we should not be civil, therefore she's saying let's go kill people and get rocks and smash their heads in and shit. Like that's very unfair to what Hillary is saying. So you're not even being civil to Hillary.
But they don't care about being fair, right? Yeah, the straw man's part of the tactics. You don't win over a giant group of people against their own self-interest by giving them the facts. You gotta create the fucking opposition. You gotta put the fear in them, and that's why they're willing to give up their freedoms and rights in order to support the fact that gays can't get married and we can bomb anybody we want and build fucking walls. They don't give a shit about the facts. If they did, they'd fucking appeal to a smarter base.
So what's wrong with punching them in the face rhetorically? I said rhetorically.
Rhetorically. Well, I just think that most of the liberals did.
Another note, what happened to Tucker Carlson's jaw? Like, it's not.
I'm not one to talk, so I think a lot of us aren't.
You're comparing like two people with jaws there.
That's his cuck chin. I just don't think people should go around talking about punching the alt-right because they never fucking do. Like the most we got is a roundhouse kick to some broad's fucking iPhone, and it's like okay, good job, sir. You really put the warrior in social justice warrior. It's embarrassing.
My take on the Richard Spencer punch was that it was wrong and not something that I would condone and that I don't think you should do, but that it was also fucking funny.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
He is such a fucking cunt, excuse my language, that I couldn't feel bad about it.
I think if he had gotten like a concussion or something, then I wouldn't find it so hysterical. But knowing that he just got a black eye and walked away rather unscathed, like that footage is hilarious.
But it's tricky because at the same time,
yeah,
don't punch people. Like you shouldn't punch people.
Oh, that guy should be should totally be prosecuted. That guy should be prosecuted.
Confuses me.
Still, it created some funny video.
I'm stuck in this gray zone, and people say like, "Oh, you should never punch the opposition or whatever." But they used to murder, like, that was the wrong way of putting it.
Oh.
They used to kill Nazis. So, I mean, you can't. There is a point where you can punch people in the face. It's just I don't think standing on the street talking about Pepe is the point where you should be punching people.
Look, man,
it should be more like you're trying to defend your life against Nazis. Then it's okay to punch them, and it's okay to even kill them. So.
If you're not willing to take a shot in the mouth for Pepe, then you're not a real fucking American.
Did you guys see footage of those Proud Boys, Gavin McInnes fans beating the shit out of protesters?
The Proud Boys beating the shit out of protesters? I did not see that.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that Proud Boys got their name from an Aladdin song.
Kind of gay, sorry.
It's from a song from Aladdin that didn't make it into the movie. The movie, really? Disney movie Aladdin. That's where the name Proud Boys came from.
You always have these weird, like, I heard this.
It's true because Gavin McInnes was watching like the fucking the play version of it and heard the song come on, and he was like, "This song is so weak." And so he named the Proud Boys after
boy from Aladdin.
Yeah, he named it after the fucking Aladdin song. I thought that was the cutest thing in the world. All these Proud Boys are running around in the name of an Aladdin fucking musical song.
We're gonna cover.
So proud.
We're gonna cover one more news story here.
We're proud and we're boys.
Let's do
sweet boys.
Here's a Harvard admissions case could end affirmative action. They're thinking about there's a case going on that could end affirmative action at Harvard.
Wait, so we stopped
a lawsuit against Harvard, ending the
because time and
first
everything.
week of trial. Where at issue is whether the university imposes a cap on the number of qualified Asian American students that it admits. But is it really just an attempt to?
Should we have the guy with a skinned head be the one talking about ending affirmative action? Is that
It's Eggman.
Is that okay? Real skinheads aren't racist.
Okay.
The original skinheads were not racist.
Their notion of affirmative action. In the case known as Students for Fair Admissions versus Harvard, the plaintiffs argue that, quote, an Asian American applicant with a 25% chance of admission would have a 35% chance if he were white, 75% if he were Hispanic, 95% chance if he were African American. Their opening argument included
crazy.
That is crazy because Asians are just smart.
What does that read? What does that read like a fucking Scott Steiner promo?
No. I find that argument that Asians are smart is like saying because they just worked harder, they're smart. Like there's almost 2 billion people there. Like from those, like 200 million might be super smart, but
hey, whatever,
like
whatever.
People.
But also, their parents ingrain in them a work ethic that other people don't really have from their parents. Like some parents just want their kids to be happy. That's the dream we taught here in America.
Yeah, happy
in Asia, they're like
doing anything else than just read.
Genetics.
There's another big reason behind it. Why we see that a lot in America, and it's that after the internment of Japanese citizens and whatnot, we had like a different criteria for a lot of the Asian citizens that came in. They had to be more like economically well off, and like we brought in people like who were engineers and stuff like that. So basically, there was a higher bar.
I'd been married a long time ago. Where did
oh God! Don't start.
Where did you go?
Where did
you come from?
God, Asians are smart. Black people are good at basketball. What else? I don't know.
It's science.
No, I mean,
that's
the reason why we see that in America. What I just said, but I don't need to go on about it.
Yeah.
Chart of characteristics of students
fat people
who
have
are much
huge
more
dicks,
likely
like
to
the
be
stereotypes
admitted
are real.
than Asian Americans.
Whatever.
What?
No, fat people when they lose weight.
Are you sure?
Their dick gets bigger.
I heard fat people got big old fucking hogs.
Americans. The top 3 categories: the intangible personal ratings, African Americans, and offspring of alumni. Joining me now is Adam Harris. He's a staff writer for The Atlantic and author of this piece, What the Harvard Trial is Really About. Okay, Adam, I will take the bait.
What's it really about?
What is the Harvard trial really about?
So, as you mentioned, kind of in the opening argument, there was this interesting moment where the lawyer for Students for Fair Admission says that the future of affirmative action is not on trial, and that's because there are decades of Supreme Court precedent. But
I was okay. You fucking okay. Crazy. 2 days ago, Ben was saying that race does not affect college admissions. Pocahontas. No. I was saying that Elizabeth Warren's supposed race, when she said she was a Native American, didn't affect it. It didn't. She doesn't look Native American. Just because you put in I'm Native American, they're not just going to assume. You know, I can't put in that I'm Japanese. You know what I mean?
No matter how much Japanese artwork you have on your wall.
I got the impression that was based on how she was raised to believe that she was more
there's so many white
Native American than she was.
Yeah, there's so many white people in America that believe that they're part Native American. They always say Cherokee. It's always fucking Cherokee all the time. Oh, you know what? Like, my great-great-grandmother was... Yeah, you're shaking your head because you were one of them. Were you given a native name too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you one of those white people that acted like Indians on the weekends and shit?
I used to go to powwows.
Yeah. My god, that's so cringy.
I used to go camping with medicine men. Like, they would come camping with us.
What?
Yeah. My Native American name was Shits with Pants.
I like it. Like, Crazy Vincent, you weren't paying attention to what I was saying, dude.
Oh.
You weren't paying attention. I was talking about one specific case. Of course, race affects admissions when they're doing affirmative action, but I'm saying Elizabeth Warren was not given affirmative action. She was not. Sorry.
Yeah, the people involved in that said that wasn't a factor.
Right.
Unless you think they're just liars, because I don't know.
Because if that were the case, I could put down my race as anything to get affirmative action. Like, I could put African American, and they wouldn't question it.
Wasn't there like an Asian, Indian Asian guy that said he was African American and like got a haircut to look like he was African American and went in and made it through?
Wasn't that an 80s movie? No, that was a white guy. Soul Man.
Soul Man, yeah. There was a guy a few years back who he was Indian, and he just styled himself to look like he was African American and made it in. Made it through.
I remember that too.
Yeah, because there's some Indian people that are dark, you know, like really dark.
Yeah.
They could pass for African.
Yeah.
Sure.
Some people are very angry at Elizabeth Warren about this, including like Native Americans who are like she's appropriating being Native American. But I can kind of give her a pass because I can see that maybe she was raised thinking that was true. So when she put it on the university thing, she may have actually just thought that because she's grown up hearing that she's Native American.
It's true.
Like, if you grew up
true.
hearing that,
it's true. I've met so many people that are like, I'm Native American, I'm Cherokee, and then they take a fucking DNA test. There's 0.0%.
Like 1 in 1,024 or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I had the same thing. Like my great grandfather's birth certificate even said he was born a mulatto on the Cherokee Nation. And it was just like we thought it was true.
Maybe he was born there.
He probably was, but it was written down as mulatto. It was weird.
Mulatto. When I hear mulatto, I think white and black.
I think it's any mixture of race in that time period. They put
I think
it down
we're
as
all
any.
mixtures, though.
But in that time period, it was specified for like a half of something, half of another.
So what half of it was?
There was none.
What else came up on your DNA test?
Nothing.
Just all white?
Nothing. I think he might have just been on the res and they misdiagnosed.
Did he just tan well?
I guess.
That could become a point of pride for you growing up. Like, oh, I've got this heritage or whatever. And you believe that, but you don't really. Just like I've got like Jewish roots, but I don't practice Judaism. I don't believe in it. That nothing about my childhood was Jewish in any way.
I think the reason Elizabeth
can I say I'm Jewish.
You know, I'm 1% Jewish according to.
Is it 1% or 0.1%?
My people.
I think it's 1%.
Because I'm 0.1% Ashkenazi.
Yeah, so I came out as 1%.
Oh, wow.
As soon as I was honest about my DNA test results, all of a sudden there's all these there's all these have you ever seen like the Nazi propaganda drawings of Jews with with like the big noses and that stuff. Next thing you know,
that's you. All of a sudden, you just see yourself on all those posters. Like,
well, they started. I started seeing memes of me like it was the Nazi propaganda Jew with the big nose, but like with long hair and piercings and stuff. People started making
just
those.
like to like legitimate straight up Nazis. Like I would be Jewish just by having the slightest amount of Jewish blood or whatever, but I certainly don't feel Jewish because I've never done any Jewish.
Are you saying that because you're not wealthy?
Elizabeth Warren is 1024 victim.
Damn. That's the thing I can't give Elizabeth Warren a pass for, though, is after she got the test back, she still stuck to her guns that she was...
Yeah, look!
See, look, I'm 164th.
She's trying to be tough against the...
Yeah, and that's not how you be tough against Trump. If you get your test back and you're like, oh, fuck, I was wrong, then you just
do that.
You don't bring it up. You don't bring it up again.
Just be like, I was fucking right. I won. I'm winning. I defeated you. Give me my $1 million, you fucking piece of shit.
people that...
Yeah, if she could have played it off like sort of it was a quasi joke, you know, like
sick of winning
kind of a gotcha to Trump, then I think it would be a different issue. People would take it differently.
Just be like, I crushed you.
She should have came in like full headdress the next day.
Slowly.
But like, how we smoke 'em peace pipe. Kimosabi.
And of proceed to
maybe
make
we
this
should
argument,
change the Redskins to the Warrens.
And Latinos are kind of unfairly benefiting in the admissions process. And the question was always, how do Students for Fair Admissions make this leap and turn this into a discrimination case against Asian Americans into a critique of affirmative action? And that's been made pretty clear over this first week of trial.
I think affirmative action is insulting. Like... it's insulting to think like it's like giving someone a handicap on a golf course, being like, you know, we know you're actually not that good of a golfer, so we'll just, you know, shave a couple points off just to make it fair.
Well, this is the thing though, and
I knew it
totally where I stand on it. But the thing is that there are a lot of you know, lower class people, many of them are blacks who go to schools that are not that great, but they excel at those particular schools. But because the schools themselves aren't that good, they don't compare in like on SATs.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
Other types of schooling.
If you don't go to a good school, you're not going to go to Harvard. I mean, that's true for if you don't go to a good school, like a good high school, you're probably not going to get into Harvard.
Right, but I'm saying that it's potentially there are some cases where people like maybe if they went to the same, you know, had an advantage to begin with, they would be able to make it into Harvard. So like I see the case for affirmative action, yet at the same time there are some things about I don't know where I stand on it.
That's kind of crazy for me, because like there aren't like good schools in Finland because, well, we're almost equal in skill.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and you're all there's a bunch of whites there. You're all the tall whites there.
MMH,
you know,
what you say?
Oh shit!
MMH that you only meant well. Well, of course you did. MMH, what you say? MMH that it's all for the best.
Someone in the chat.
Of course it is.
Someone in the chat made a good point. We don't do affirmative action in sports. Yeah, why can't I play for the Lakers?
Are you?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, like hold me to a different standard.
We're not concerned about making people better at sports, but we are concerned about advancing them in education, right? And life.
So why lower your standards for them? And I mean, because how are you advancing their education if you lower the standards?
I'm talking about like a hobby or some kind of.
It's not a hobby. Professional sports is a profession.
Yeah.
Because that we're talking about your life versus just some vocation.
Because there's no Special Olympics for education, Ben. And we need that.
I think the point is that, like, the whole point of, like, progressive politics is to try to uplift people in society and give them better opportunities. Like, that's the whole point.
What about making better schools
to
for
give
everyone?
people, like, okay, so shouldn't we do it?
Yeah,
shouldn't we do it based on, like, income then rather than race? Why do we do it based on race?
Sweet boy.
They do. Well, they do it.
Why do we just
why?
Okay, well that's better. Why assume that someone's underprivileged just because of their race? I think that's racist.
Like, I think affirmative action just broadly, like, just applied randomly.
We assume that they need extra help because of their race.
I don't think they need extra help.
I agree with that.
I think they do need representation, though. They do need they need representation.
What the fuck are you talking about? They need representation
in the school. They need to be represented.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, the people who qualify to go to that school.
And if it's all if all the qualifications are based on a systemic buildup of
kill yourself.
I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry. Just because
systemic
buildup
of privilege.
Just because you chose to paint your arms in color because you were so guilty with your whiteness.
I'm a person of color.
Yeah, you put ink all over your body to hide your white guilt. Doesn't mean you can now accept the fact that you never wanted to go to college. So little fucking Peter that wants to go to college.
I did go to college.
Can't get his 25%
I did go to college.
Oh,
I didn't graduate. I slacked off. I went to like Go ahead.
Would you ever agree with doing something that would help a particular person who probably wouldn't have had that opportunity otherwise?
Right, right. But it shouldn't be
free college.
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that shouldn't be based on race then, because we're assuming that because of their race they're underprivileged and we need to help them. And
that's, if you base it on like
that's
class
racist
and poverty, like it will probably tend towards minority groups anyways because they have more poverty.
Okay, so, but there's plenty of there's more white people in the United States than anything else. That means there's more poor white people than there are poor of any other race. We can't just assume that because someone's a minority that they're underprivileged.
Keep on.
Thank you.
On.
I'd agree with that. Just if you have affirmative action doesn't mean you have to just do it in this broad way. It's just across the board, like only African American people. You could do it based on class and poverty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see a problem with that.
It should be, but this is all based on race. This is what they're all talking about. They're talking about, Asian students, they're usually, they usually have higher incomes than white people, and then they have higher incomes than black people. Sure, you can go based on statistics, but I think we should go based on individuals. So, this person, let's ignore their race. Let's see what their, household income is. And let's also look at, but I think it's more important. If you have shitty grades, why do you need to go to Harvard?
Well, they don't have shitty grades, right?
Their grades. Shitty grades. They have good grades, but they don't
for
test
who they
well
are
in like SATs or test as highly as other applicants. So they have like promise, and it's assumed that if they had the same advantages that other people had, that they would score as well as their competitors.
How about we do this then? How about they go to a lower level university and make the grade, and then they can transfer?
Well, I think what we need to look at is if these people are put into the Harvard setting over the last 30 fucking years, have they been excelling to a level that warrants keeping the program open to find new possible talent? Are they coming in, and are they not living up to the potential that they've gotten? Like, is that the problem? Or are they showing up, these people who wouldn't have gotten in there?
Just become about race by proxy, because like if minority communities don't have the resources to go to Harvard, then that just becomes a barrier to anyone or to many people who are African American or other races from actually going to Harvard.
It is insulting.
And so it becomes a value thing. Like, do you think that you should do things to help certain communities, or do you just think
you see this?
College, I was offered substantially more opportunities and scholarships than him as a relatively poor white man.
Yeah. So this was a minority woman saying it's insulting that she got more advantages than her white boyfriend, who was actually more underprivileged than she was.
Yeah.
They were assuming because of her race she was underprivileged.
Yeah, and I take this circumstantial evidence into account.
Did she say, no, I don't want to have those opportunities?
I don't know if you can do that.
I think, honestly, I think that if we change things to like the what we're talking about here, about like, kind of more merit-based and like about income and class, I think that right-wingers would still be shitting on that. They would still be like, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? You may be right. You may be right, but you're assuming. So I can't say.
Okay. No, that doesn't mean that it shouldn't. You know, that it possibly shouldn't be revised.
That's not really an assumption, because they are based on like the whole meritocracy kind of. You know, the only reason that you should ever achieve at anything is because you're the best. You know, that's kind of like their value. I'm not saying that I'm not saying putting that forward as like that's wrong or whatever. That's their values. So I think they would be still against that if it was based on class.
Look, I'm just waiting for affirmative action to get to the point where white men are now the minority, and they're the underprivileged.
So then we can have something to actually complain about.
I just want the pendulum to swing back to make us the minority.
If Oprah decided she wanted to go back to school, does she need affirmative action?
Yes, she does. I think there should be affirmative action for celebrities. You know how hard it is?
I would obviously not agree with that.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is for celebrities to get back into academia?
Shut up,
with
Billy.
the popularity.
We're gonna end this the news segment. So I'm gonna cut you loose, patron.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us and supporting the show. Because for the next segment we got to bring on someone else because we're doubling them up here.
Night.
So let me bring on this next.
Can I get a coffee? This is
do your
Go
thing.
get your coffee.
Yeah,
back
do it
momentarily.
Go get your coffee. You know, Ben.
Back with twice as much virtue.
Are we gonna do an after show tonight?
I don't know why.
Because I think that on the after show we should watch the new movie that I made with Joe and Onision.
No,
let's do it.
Was it a porno?
Kinda. We should watch it. We should watch it, Ben. We should watch it. Actually, there's butt cheek in it. We can't watch it.
What do you mean?
There's butt cheek in it. We can't watch the butt cheek.
Is it yours?
And Joe's.
That's so gay.
What? It was a what? We made a short film.
Now we have Danny here from the shadows.
What's up, Danny? How you doing? Maybe we'll have to watch this video before our next movie review.
Are you muted, dude?
Uh-oh, he is. Is Vadim muted?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think so.
No.
I'm good.
Patron double feature.
Yeah.
The double.
Yeah, we gotta because we took like a week-long break, so we gotta cram all you guys in. You know,
Danny, you need a black light for your room. Your room looks like the kind of room that would benefit from a black light.
I'll look into that.
All right. I'm an interior decorator part-time, so.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Is that why you have the green wall behind you?
Because I do green screen stuff.
Oh, okay.
You take the photographs down when you green screen, or the pictures?
Yeah, well, those are actually just up for a video that I'm making right now. So those usually are in different parts of the room, and that's usually totally blank.
When you make that video, do you green screen an actual wall where the green screen is, so that it's like it looks like it's wallpaper instead of green, or you just have the green in the background?
I so far, yes, I've put different wallpaper in the back, and there's a video that I recently, that CC and I did recently on that has to do with Blair White that I used it for, and gonna be my green screen skills look kind of shitty these days because I need better lights. But
there's an old video that Vadim made where like he's filming it and he knocks out one of his teeth. In the video.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Half of this tooth is fake.
Damn.
Yeah. Vadim, I'm very dedicated to my craft. I did it. I was on a New York subway.
I saw that. I liked that video a lot. It was very good.
And actually, it just so happens at the end of the video, I get out of the subway car, and I was planning on shooting more, but I knew that the NYU dental clinic was literally 3 blocks away from that stop. So I was just very lucky in terms of the timing of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vadim, a lot of people say your content is talentless and unwatchable and other things. And I like how you I completely disagree with them. I think they're straight hating. I think you make quality content. I love what you do with Creationist Cat and everybody. This is very good stuff. And I think people who say differently are straight hating.
As much of a virtue signaler Vadim is, At least he's not using it to cover up some skeletons in his closet that I know.
Oh,
like
what skeletons are in Onion's closet?
Do you guys like Martin Shkreli? I always ask people that when they come on.
We talked about this last
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
That's Billy's buddy.
That's my boy. We fucking keep in touch when he's locked up.
Have you talked to him?
Yeah, once he's been locked up. Yeah,
like on the phone.
That's my boy. Hell yeah.
So
yeah.
You guys had like a
Onion. Onion is covering something up.
Onision.
Oh,
Greg's
yeah,
a
that
good
guy.
boy.
Yeah, that's Billy's buddy too.
I'm not up on the link though.
I just have a lot of really good friends, and Ben's jealous because the only good friend he has is me.
You said that you're as well.
Maynard.
Oh, it's AIU. Tommy Sotomayor.
That was Maynard from Tool, wasn't it? What's he doing? Yeah. I guess he is a bit crazy.
He's just crazy, people.
So this is a lot of people's favorite segment. We just kind of find the people that make insane videos on the internet. Here's one of our new favorites. Are you guys familiar with Vaughn Helton?
No.
I think so.
All right, here it comes. He has such an epic intro.
Like Undoomed.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he sprung for that.
Oh, and by the way, to get the full effect, you must watch this video in full screen. I'm pausing it right now so that everyone watching at home, make sure it's full screen.
Ladies
it
and
must be
gentlemen,
full screen to get the full effect.
You
All
must full screen
And
this
surround
video.
sound.
Yeah. But also, yeah, oh yeah, here he is.
Anti-warning.
An interesting set of coincidences.
I shouldn't laugh at people.
I heard a no laugh. You know what? I heard a recording of a conversation between Vaughn Helton and Brett Keane and a Discord chat full of people talking about how cool it is to not have teeth.
You know, not having teeth, you don't have to worry about chewing your food.
Yeah.
You get all these soft num-nums.
I can gum a steak.
I can gum a steak. Holy
That's
shit.
that's what some people would call it. An interesting set of coincidences.
Coincidences?
Back to back. But it's coincidence.
Fucking games.
Back to back incidences, but it's coincidence. Yeah, okay, come on. Come on. Even
look at him fucking with his cat.
People that are not theists would be like, hey, wait a minute. You know, come on. Not
What the
one,
hell
not two,
is
but
happening?
3 situations.
With individuals.
No, there's not an individual situation. It's 3 situations.
He's very mumbly, isn't he?
Yeah, that's because he has no teeth.
Well, you know, the trolls and the haters, they're off there yakking like a bunch of old washerwomen. And, you know.
So, Vaughn Helton believes he's a sorcerer with supernatural abilities.
And he bought an Elder Scroll off of Amazon.
This is him talking about how the Elder Scroll's definitely working.
Oh, God.
He made a real-life Elder Scroll.
Off of shit he
like
bought
all
from
the
Amazon.
Elder Scroll don't work, and Von Helton's gods aren't real, and, you know, that sort of thing. And it's really quite dangerous, actually, because my gods are very real and they get very pissed off very easily. But you know, it's an interesting set of coincidences, is what they'd say. You know. But what I'm talking about? Well, let's get into it.
Is he wearing a pentagram around his neck?
Yeah, he's pagan.
Cool. He stopped wearing the cape.
A lot of times he'll wear a cape. It's real crushed velvet cape.
It's real crushed
And he
velvet.
wears a shirt with a pentagram on it, and then he wears a big pentagram necklace, and then he wears the little pentagram. He's triple pentagram for triple the power.
Heavy metal.
I thought this guy was a young Earth creationist.
No,
Wasn't
no.
he? Like at one point?
No,
I
no,
think
no.
He was like years ago.
I don't think so.
Maybe he was.
But you know how he had an intro just a second ago? That was just his intro. Here's his real intro. Yo, Adrian! All right, I'm gonna skip that.
Brett
That's
Keane
copyright.
gave him $200, and he spent it. He spent it on that chair and some Fiverr intros for his show.
Yeah.
Yep, it's an interesting set of coincidences.
He sure loves saying coincidences.
Coincidences.
For those of you that are not keeping score, And for
It's
those
Vaughn
of you
Helton, 4.
that are absolutely
Haters,
clueless as to
0.
what the hell I'm
Like
talking
you say
about,
again, it's
I'm going to back
coincidence.
the train up here and bring you up to speed.
Thank you for bringing us up to speed, Rush
All right.
Limbaugh.
Okay.
Face.
What were you going to say, Vadim?
Well, I would just want to say I just looked up Vaughn Helton Creationist, and he did participate in a stream 3 years ago called "Evolution Gets Refuted."
Yeah,
so
I don't think he believes.
Creationist.
Yeah,
He was a Cree-Satanist.
yeah, he's a pagan, but he doesn't believe in. So he believes that God's created something, but it's not Christian. It's like pagan. You remember how Brett Keane was always like Christians, Muslims, pagans, and Jews. So, this is the pagan he was talking about.
Suspended me for 30 days on the word of a known domestic terrorist by the name of Aaron Gray, Cincinnati, Ohio, who is the loyal subject of his boss, Lenny Posner.
Aaron Gray was the hot chick on Silver Spoons in Buck Rogers.
Silver Spoons. Holy shit, that's such a throwback with Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yeah, dude.
Posner, the
That's
extortion.
Aaron Gray.
I'm showing my age with that shit.
That is extorting money out of you and me and every other American.
What kind of beard is this, by the way?
It's a nutsack beard.
I know. What the fuck is this?
Over the Sandy Hook
Yeah.
hoax. Making big.
I can't tell where like
Sandy Hook. The Sandy Hook hoax.
Oh yeah. Oh, he made a long video about how John McCain didn't actually die. He was sent to like the Czech Republic or something like that.
Bucks.
He's with Khashoggi in the Czech Republic.
Bucks
I
on
think
that shit.
His beard is actually sort of like an Amish style beard. It like starts around the chin area and is really more oriented around the neck.
I can't tell where his like hangy throat flab ends and his beard begins.
Guys,
and
what
so
about the
he
substance here?
What?
What about the substance, guys?
Fuck that.
Turns out Aaron Gray, Doug McGuire, and Tiffany Moser.
We'll get to the substance
to do
when we
his dirty
figure out
work
what
for
this
him.
scrotum hair on his chin is.
Yeah.
All right. So, needless to say, and like I said, Aaron Gray does not deny any of this. He is proud to be a domestic terrorist. Okay, so I'm not, it's not like I'm disparaging the guy or putting words in his mouth or anything. No. He's quite proud. He is quite proud that he's got people fired from their jobs. He's quite proud that he cost people millions of dollars. He's quite proud that he's destroyed people's marriages. He lives for that shit. He loves it.
So it's everyone else's
good old
fault.
Facebook.
Well, there are a lot of fucking scumbags online who live for that shit, right?
Sure. Like the people that call everywhere Ice Poseidon goes.
Yeah.
Those people are insane.
It's there's a whole lot of people that fucking do that. So yeah, there's people who are fucking with Vaughn Helton, but you know what, Vaughn Helton? You're fueling that fire every time you come on and bring up their fucking name and react to the shit they do to you. You don't understand that you're fucking the only thing you're summoning with your Elder Scroll is more shit thrown your way by these fucking trolls.
He's practicing a very fundamental video making technique, which is have a super bright light behind you when you're filming.
Well, that's what I'm going for. I can relate to this guy.
I've never seen such an old man sitting in a video game chair before.
Yeah.
I wonder what games he plays. That's what I'm curious
I don't think it's for games.
Minesweeper.
I think this is for his hemorrhoids.
Minesweeper chair.
On the advice of a known domestic terrorist, shut down my Facebook page for 30 days. Well, as a result of...
How is that terrorism? So someone reported you on Facebook for saying stupid shit.
Known domestic
I mean,
terrorist.
Facebook is cracking down right now, so you got to be extra careful about what you say now because they'll ban you for
Everywhere's
anything.
cracking down though. Twitter's banning
but Facebook,
people.
But the CEO of Facebook had to like testify before Congress.
Yeah, and Twitter's
So-
banning a lot of people the same shit.
Twitter kept Alex Jones
I
around.
talked to Ben about coming on the show, and then directly after we talked, I got banned from Twitter. So
really,
are you perma banned or?
Yeah, permanently banned
Damn.
for harassment. I guess I harassed somebody in some way.
Who did you
I'm
harass?
sorry, whoever that was. I apologize.
that.
They don't tell you why, so it's just completely mystery.
It's so messed
Anyways.
Facebook went down for 30 days, which I thought was rather interesting.
Whatever,
Now, of
websites
course,
go down.
You know, the trolls in the head. Oh, it wasn't 30 days. It was only one day, and it wasn't even a whole day. No, actually, it was 30 days.
No, that would be all over the news if Facebook went down for
He's
an
talking about
entire
his
month.
Facebook page went down. His Facebook page went down.
No, he was saying Facebook went
He
down.
got banned, right? Yeah.
I thought he was talking about them getting him banned.
I just read an email given to me, and of course I can't show the email because the email has the person's name in it, so I'm not going to show that. But
here's an email.
Somebody was telling me no, it was actually down for 30 days. Not long after they banned me.
No, okay, so he's claiming after they banned him, Facebook was down for 30 days. That would be like an actual news story.
I don't think Facebook went down for... Facebook itself hasn't been down for more than like an hour.
Yeah, and when Facebook's down, you can, or any major social media site, you can go to Google
YouTube
and type in Facebook down, and you'll see there's websites like dedicated to that, and they'll show you where in the world it's being reported and what time.
If Google went down, you can go to Google and it would tell you Google was down.
YouTube did just go down recently.
Yeah, YouTube was down for like an hour a couple
and everybody
days
thought
ago.
it was the fucking actual apocalypse. They were like, forget adpocalypse. This is the apocalypse. And people went to Pornhub and searched all types of weird stuff because
Awesome.
YouTube was down. WWE went up like 155% in the
Like
searches in Pornhub.
That unbelievably disappointing Celestia Vega porno.
I'm proud of Celestia Vega's work as an adult actress. Okay,
adult actress.
That's my good friend, Celestia Vega.
Who's Celestia Vega?
She's an attractive young lady that started out as like a Twitch streamer, and now she does full on porn. And she does these really edgy, like sexually charged tweets.
They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like 4 p.m. and she'll be like, "Spit in my mouth, daddy."
And Kiwi Man. I'm gonna go to bed at
Kiwi Man.
5 a.m. for me. Have a
That's
good
Kiwi
night.
Jim Sterling to you.
Good show
Finish
so
Kane.
far.
That's Kiwi bloke.
We have two Kiwis.
I'm sorry, that was cringy.
We're meeting the Kiwi quota.
The Kiwi quota, or the
Who's the other Kiwi?
affirmative Kiwi.
What is the patron guy Kiwi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Yep. Thumbs
Fight
up.
the power. I don't know what us Kiwis do when we see each other. We just
fight the power.
Oh, as long as you're not in Auckland, though, we'll get along fine.
No, I'm not in Auckland.
Okay.
Are you in Auckland?
Good on you. No.
Is there something? What's wrong with Auckland? Let me know. Like, clue me in.
It's full of orcs.
What's an orc?
Another bad joke.
Somebody in the chat said Celestia's tweets got to be too much for me. I had to unfollow.
Yeah. Some of it's like, come in my ear.
It's
like
so
like
funny.
stuff like that.
It's so funny.
It's bad.
It's so funny. It's just like the most debaucherous shit. And then like I met her in real life, and she's kind of timid. She's not like this.
She's timid until it comes time to get naked and shit like that.
You saw her porn. It wasn't like she was fairly. It was fairly like.
But dude,
regular.
What's her name? Zoe Berger. She had like a team of like slutty girls that she called them like the stream team. They had to fire Celestia Vega because she was too slutty for them.
That's unfair. I think I don't know. There was a lot of stuff that went down there. Look,
I bet. I'm gonna move on from Vaughn Helton. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do everyone a favor right now.
Oh,
but we don't know what the coincidence is yet.
Okay. Let's
30
see.
days. It went down.
He's so slow. You know what? The fans have been asking for this, so I'm gonna do it.
Individual situation. Check out the beautiful asshole.
Oh God.
The individual Brett Keane segment situation.
So Brett Keane, he doesn't make YouTube videos anymore, so we have to go with classic Brett Keane. So Brett Keane got a new truck, even though Brett Keane claims to never have any money.
Well, is it a new truck or is it like a used truck?
It looks brand new.
Oh wow!
He doesn't show the outside of it, but the interior of it looks really nice. And what's the first fucking thing he does when he gets in it? He starts smoking in a new car.
Was he not supposed to smoke in the car? It's like inevitable, right? He's gonna fucking smoke in that thing. Why not break it in?
By the way, he also claims to be agoraphobic too, which this kind of he does show the it's it's
with a truck.
Let's see.
Why does he have a truck?
I don't know. He claims to be agoraphobic, but he's standing outside right now. This guy's Vaughn Helton's buddy. This guy's the toothless buddy of the guy we were just watching.
Maybe he's got a helmet on to protect him.
Listen to him breathing. This is too much physical labor for Brett. That's all. There's that.
Where's the mac and cheese holder in my truck? Oh, right. Oh my God! Are you playing those noises?
No.
I actually. Brett, are you okay?
Oh wow, it's real. Oh. I thought it was one of those parodies.
Holy shit! It's Kenny Rogers. He's really let himself go. There's actually a soundboard of this guy, and a bunch of the sounds are just him breathing and grunting. Like this is.
See, I thought you were playing this over him getting in the car.
I've never seen such a crooked beard in my life. It looks like a dick.
Fucking stupid.
Dangling on the side.
Yeah, it's uneven. It's.
By the way, I just put something in the chat, a tweet that I received that you should show the audience.
Oh shit! Is it from Celestia Vega?
No, it's from Layla. Darkness Beauty.
I'm not sure who that is.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I'll have to.
Baby.
Let me.
Beg and darling, please.
I have to kind of.
Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Let's see.
I hit the middle mouse button on the link like it was a
so
link.
hard.
My bad.
What the
Sorry.
fuck happened to my video?
Oh, I had Vadim's messing everything up.
Vadim.
So I got.
Oh, I see what it is. It's Billy the Fridge as Gene Simmons.
Oh snap! Oh snap! That was
pretty sweet.
That was a pretty good shop
That's
job.
Beautiful.
It's a pretty good shop job.
Good one, Layla. Thank you. I appreciate
Amazing how fast these come out.
They do. We need more of them so that I can show like a slideshow of them on the next episode. By the way, Brett, see, it's funny because Brett sits here in silence. Well, not total silence. He's breathing the entire time. But then eventually he's like, I don't even know what to talk about. It's like, why are you making a fucking video then?
Are you mad? I learned how to monetize heavy breathing.
If there was a video like this is the shooter, I'd be like, yep, that looks like the shooter to me. He just killed all those people. Tried to kill a congressperson or something.
I'm just waiting for him to break out a can of chili and eat it.
Now he's playing his heavy metal music. Oh yeah, see, first thing you do when you get a new car is smoke in it.
But why wouldn't he, right?
Heavy metal. I like heavy metal.
Why wouldn't he smoke in his new car?
Video, or does he actually say?
He does. Yeah. How far? We're like 25% through this
2
video.
minutes into the video, and all he's done is heavy breathe. He hasn't even lit a cigarette yet.
He knows his fans will sit through anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't really have fans.
Yeah,
he has people.
His fans are
about 2 people.
His fans are like hate viewers. The majority of his views are like hate views.
They're like, yeah, you and fucking
like this will show them. Me just sitting in the car. Fuck these guys.
It's kind of smart. He probably does this on purpose.
Yeah,
to waste everybody's time, which is genius.
He's wasting this show's time, so success.
Sorry. I don't even know what to talk
Hello,
about.
ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from God TV.
Okay. Do you know what editing is? Do you know how to edit? Like, edit all the bullshit from the beginning of the video out of it?
Hello.
Jesus.
Radio. Hopefully, I'm coming through clear on this.
Unfortunately, you're coming through clear enough.
Next week sometime, I'm going to be getting a new microphone. It's pretty nice.
I'll tell you what. See, I know you're not totally familiar, Tim. Like, I know you're not familiar with Brett Keane.
I know a little bit about this guy.
Well, it's funny because his nickname was the Manatee. And what people did was they just took his hair and photoshopped it onto a manatee, and it looked exactly like him.
I've watched some of your older stuff, like a little bit of it.
Okay.
Like something about somebody getting something stuck up their ass or something, or
oh my god,
Paul's ego something stuck up his ass or something.
He got fisted.
I remember that.
I like how he says,
My Yeti mic
I hope I'm coming in clear. Like, now he cares about the quality of the video.
Yeah. The quality of the video. Yeah, edit all the bullshit from the beginning of it out. How about that?
Just getting a sweet new microphone.
It's gonna be really cool when he gets a microphone. We'll be able to hear his disgusting snorts. You know, just crystal clear.
I was gonna buy a new microphone, but it's just more sanitary if I speak into a vacuum cleaner.
He can have my one that I don't use.
This is not recent.
By the way, I don't know if we'll get that far through this video, but there's a part where he's like, should I dye my hair? I don't know. My beautiful wife likes the silver fox look.
That's beautiful.
Is this recent? No.
No, this is probably a couple years old. He doesn't make new videos. He actually, because he used to always leave YouTube. Okay, I'll stop pausing, Mark. Yeah, Mark, I'll let you run the fucking show. How about that? I always see your fucking comments. Your fucking comments saying I want blood sports. You don't know what I want, Mark Whippy. You fucking piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mark Whippy is
blood sports versus the chat.
Mark Whippy is the new peasant.
Should we talk
Mark
about
Whippy is the new piece of shit.
Should we talk about some of the plans I have for my YouTube channel? I guess I'll be doing some more videos that involve...
He thinks he's funny, but he's not funny at all.
Me going outside and doing shit. I don't know. I don't usually like to do the outside videos because I don't like... I got a lot of people who make threats towards me, and I don't want them, you know, coming to my fucking house and then I have to beat the shit out of somebody.
Oh my god! Okay. Yeah. You know what? This is hilarious because he acts like a tough guy. I kind of tongue-in-cheek challenged him to a fight because he made a video talking about like how tough he was.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll fight you, but it's got to be in my backyard and it's got to be after a Thanksgiving-style meal that me and my beautiful wife will cook for you and serve to you.
You should have done it.
Dude,
you should have done it.
After eating Thanksgiving food, it'd be like falling asleep trying to fight a big fat dude like this.
He has the advantage because he's always eating Thanksgiving style. And he gets you with the itis.
I bet you he'd be gassed out in like 5 minutes.
He gets his power. He's like Popeye.
People are just waiting, like lining up outside his house to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Oh, he has so many bullshit stories. It's unbelievable.
Just because
he's really kind of looking like the. Have you ever seen David Lynch's Dune?
Yeah.
You know the bad guy oils all over his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really. I hate to say it, but he's really starting to look like that dude.
People come to my house to beat my ass just because I don't like my YouTube videos. No, people love your YouTube videos. They don't come to beat your ass. They just want to fucking laugh at it.
He said he'd have to
no one's
beat their
done it
ass.
yet, but it's a risk.
He said if they come to his house, he has to beat their ass.
You heard how out of breath he got climbing into a truck.
Yeah.
He could not handle physical combat with another man.
That's why he needs you to eat the Thanksgiving dinner first, so you'll be out of breath from being too full. It's
a tryptophan?
Yeah. Thanksgiving dinner's like spinach to Popeye to him. He eats a fucking turkey and some stuffing, and he's fucking ripped.
I turn this son of a bitch off all the way.
Hey, Brett, how's that agoraphobia working out for you?
Yeah.
I'm way too tired for a witty message.
Oh, Antonovich! I love you.
My neck hurts. My shoulders hurt. My ass hurts. But I got the shit
Why
done.
does your ass hurt?
Just take this fitty.
Thank you.
Breathing in this video is what motivated me to finally start losing weight.
Wow.
How do you hurt your ass working on a car? Like, I don't get it.
Maybe his ass muscles? I don't know.
Maybe he's sitting on the concrete underneath the car.
This is a fairly new vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm still getting used to how the shit works.
Yeah, he was because he was mesmerized by the fact that when he turned the car off, the radio stayed on, which is like standard for most new cars. He's like, why did I turn the fucking car off? Why is the radio still on?
My new car, the radio turns off when you turn the car off.
Really?
It pisses me off.
Mine stays on for probably like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
He just figured out how to sit in the seat, so he's got a long way to go.
God.
Okay.
More breathing.
I don't drive too far out, though, because I got agoraphobia.
Okay. So I don't think agoraphobia measures how far you can drive. I think agoraphobia is I can't drive because I have agoraphobia. He's also like, oh, you know what? I have agoraphobia, but if I've got like something to hold on to, like a tree, then I can walk through the woods. Like, he's so full of shit. You don't have agoraphobia. There's so many fucking videos of him walking around outside. It's ridiculous.
Trees, fences, and stable objects.
Well, some people can go further.
You mean like a 2-ton car?
Stable objects.
Stable objects. I got myself a new car to drive around my parking garage.
It's not moving.
I watched a movie recently called Dead Ring that was about a young lady who had agoraphobia.
Okay, so
and
interesting.
Apparently, there's people out there claiming that there's some kind of medication out there that can help. Something to do with depression. People usually have agoraphobia because of traumatic things that they've had happen in their life. I've had a lot of fucking traumatic things happen.
Yeah, it happened to, you know, Ryby Jenkins. She sold foot porn and it gave her agoraphobia.
So now,
interesting. I want some of that
Do you guys think that
agoraphobia
I should
porn.
dye my hair, or do you like Santa Claus version of Brett Keane? That's what I call it, Santa Claus version.
I like Silver Fox.
Extremely attractive. She likes
my wife thinks it's extremely attractive.
the whole Gray Fox thing.
My God.
They should have a Gray Fox
I'll probably
mask,
be
like a
playing
Guy
some
Fox
Elder
mask.
Scrolls online
Anonymous situation.
sometime today.
Nobody cares.
Cool.
Ben, we're doing a
Pretty
private
cool.
show on Halloween, right?
Yeah.
You should dress up as Brett Keane for Halloween.
I don't know if I can find... I don't know if I can find the costume. Like, I need a gray wig. I need to gain like 100 pounds.
Can you get an off-kilter beard for your, like, just grow an off-kilter beard?
It's, you know what? If it was long enough, I could like shave it to look all retarded.
Maybe
like
I can find a cape and staple some gray scrotum to my face, and I'll be Vaughn Helton. Vaughn Helton.
Do you think it's crooked because he slept on it?
On his beard?
I think he spends most of his time laying on his belly in bed because that's where he films most of his videos.
I have no
That's
idea
true.
why that doesn't turn the fuck off.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this goddamn radio, turn the fuck off. I don't know how
I
to
have
work
to ask
this.
my wife about that.
You ask your wife about a lot of shit. You're just a fucking idiot. Like,
I feel really fatigued now just from watching this.
Yeah, listen
my
to him
radio's
breathe.
still fucking running, even though I've turned the vehicle off.
Oh my God.
It's like a caveman discovering a computer or something like that. Like, he just doesn't know.
This is like my second or third video I've ever done having to do with being in a vehicle.
Okay, cool.
Actually pretty
That's
quiet.
the topic of the video is being in a vehicle.
Yeah, Brett Keane on a video.
This is, a big deal for me having agoraphobia and all. I bought a truck.
I want to make another
so I
video about being in a vehicle. My fans love that.
He claims
doesn't he have topics that he talks about, or
not? I mean, it's usually just him shitting on people he doesn't like and calling them pedophiles and that kind of stuff. But he did claim, because he has no teeth.
Cortez the cat behind you, Vadim. I think he should be a drunken peasant.
Is that Cortez the cat?
That is actually Wizard, by the way. Oh, you can see his butt right there. I'll bring him over to say hello.
You know,
I find this video a bit offensive because whenever I make videos, I edit out all the pauses and the.
Yeah,
I edit it down so much. Some people that watch my videos are just like, "Oh, you can't even deliver a sentence because you edit it so much." But it's because I'm kind of perfectionist about it.
No, Brett
this guy is just like doesn't give a shit about.
No. He's totally organic. No jump cuts for Brett. But Brett has no teeth.
Of sitting and breathing.
Brett claims that his dad knocked out all of his teeth. You know how hard it is to knock out someone's molars
And
by
Vaughn
punching
Helton
them?
said his mom had his teeth pulled out.
Yeah,
You
they're
have
so
to, like,
full of shit.
drive the
Mommy,
fist
daddy
in,
issue
down the back
situation.
of the jaw and then twist out the molars.
Relax, you know.
I think no one saw your cat, Vadim. Or did they? I missed it.
Well,
I think they did.
Can you guys tell me what kind of videos you'd like? I've got a whole list of ideas and shit that I'm going to be talking about in the future, but I'd like to know, what would you like to see Brett Keane discuss?
Nothing.
I'd like to get into the news, more sciencey stuff.
More sciencey stuff. Being in a bedroom, being on a bed, being in a chair.
I want to see.
This is Cortez.
He's waving and in terror.
Oh, you know, I was talking to Dusty earlier today, and he was telling me like he fosters animals, and he told me he has like 11 cats.
Damn.
He's raising an army.
Yeah. I'm so allergic to cats. I would die in a house with 11 cats. I would have like an asthma attack from it.
I don't think cat people are real humans. I think they're pod people.
Pod people?
Yeah, I think cat people are pod people.
NPCs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so talk about memes.
That meme wasn't a thing years ago, to be honest.
You know what? Talk about memes I'm tired of instantly. Oh, you're a boomer NPC. Okay.
Are we NPCs? I think maybe we are. So, I mean, that makes me sad.
WNPC.
WNPC.
What would you like to hear me talk about?
I want to see Brett do like dollar menu food reviews.
Stable objects, please.
He made a video talking about what people want to hear him talk about.
What it is,
okay, I want to see more videos of him asking what he should talk about. That's
right.
What I like.
I want to see Brett make a video where he goes and gets all the new fast food items, but orders extra mayonnaise on every one of them, and we get to watch him gum a mayo-filled sandwich. That'd be my new porn, dude. That would be my new porn. I would love that.
For fun, my hobbies.
Your hobbies. Laying around, begging for shit on Amazon, domestic violence. I mean,
chili with no cheese.
Yelling at people in Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Gonna have a chili cook-off.
Damn it.
Dawn forgot the cheese.
Weather's been drying me up, giving me allergies.
Oh my God, this is the worst fucking. Oh yeah, it's the weather drying out your mouth, not the cigarette.
Comes through good.
This is just how you torture guests, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this little.
Actually, speaking of torture, I'm gonna. How much is left of this? This is fucking. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna do.
If you want him, you can subscribe to him on Facebook at BK Rock TV.
Hey, Faith family.
Is this his channel?
Mario,
Brett the Individual King.
Yeah, Brett. Oh no, that's a like it's his YouTube channel's gone because he left YouTube, and there's a lot of like archive channels of him because there are people that are just fucking obsessed with him,
like you guys.
Obsession.
I mean, not really. I get a lot of pressure from people to cover him because I'm tired of him, and I mean,
you
like,
just cave in like a fucking panderer.
I mean,
that was a fascinating video. That was definitely worth watching. So
I agree. I agree. all sarcasm aside, I mean, you know, definitely better than talking cat videos. That's for sure.
Hey, Faith family.
We can all agree. We can all agree.
I wanted to go ahead and record this video to challenge you all to another 30-day challenge. This is one that I did about a year and a half into my walk with the Lord. And it was actually K-Love Radio, a Christian radio station, that had the challenge. And it's a 30-day challenge to only listen to gospel-centered Christian music.
Oh, you mean a Christian music station makes a challenge to only listen to Christian music?
That's funny.
How clever.
Sound like a real challenge.
That sounds like a Christian thing.
It sounds like Super Size Me, where you only eat McDonald's for a month or whatever.
I challenge you to only worship God and not Satan for 30 days.
Only listen to bad music.
That glorifies the Lord Jesus Christ.
Do you remember when we watched? I think you might have been here when I watched. There was a video where he was like, "Oh, this woman, she used to make gospel music that I liked, but now she's an atheist, so all of her music sucks." Is basically what he said.
Bible,
Makes
God's
sense.
truths, etc., and not to listen to secular worldly music. So basically, music that's made by unbelievers, the music that's popular.
All music. I mean, music is music. I mean, the lyrics you put to it is such a superficial part of music as a whole. I mean,
I don't care if like people who make music are believers. I care if it's good music. Like,
right?
What is it? Good music that he's condoning, or just like shitty garbage?
Look,
just saccharine shite.
If I watch
Probably
a movie,
just the latter.
if I watch a movie and I love that movie and I root for the actor and or actress of that movie to win an Oscar and they win the Oscar and they're on stage and they don't thank God in their acceptance speech, that movie fucking sucked.
Yep.
In the world. And I can tell you from personal experience, I've never gone back. My 30 days have turned into 6+ years, and I don't think I'm ever going to go back.
Yeah, because I don't think you ever had good taste in music, you fucking weirdo.
Well, maybe if it's been 6 years, he must know some really good Christian music.
There is some good Christian music.
I mean, yeah, of course.
It must be the shit. I'm keen to do it.
But I mean, just listening to Christian music is just saying, hey, indoctrinate me. I don't give a fuck. I'm brainwashed.
No, the only thing that makes the music Christian is who's making it and what they say in the music.
Yes.
Otherwise, it can't be differentiated. Oh, dude, I've felt dirty before where, like, I'm just flipping through the radio.
And you start singing along to Creed?
No. I'm flipping through the radio and I hear a song. I'm like, oh, this is all right. And I'll listen to it. And then all of a sudden I realize it's Christian music. I'm like, fuck!
I like Stephen Curtis Chapman a lot. He's super Christian.
It's like if you see a picture of a
have better music. It's just a fact.
Absolutely. It's almost like if you see a picture of a nice ass, and you're like, damn, it's a nice ass, and then you realize it's a dude's ass.
You realize it's your mom, and you're like, oh
yeah, something like that.
The day is short, the time is short, and we as Christians need to make the most of the time, and I don't have time to waste by allowing my soul to be dulled down by worldly music, secular music. So what I wanted to talk about in this video today...
But I mean, your music wouldn't exist. Most of the... I'm sure it's like modern Christian music, which was inspired by modern secular music. They just put Christian themes to it. So... Yeah, I mean, like, because most of like the modern Christian music is like rock music or you know, pop music.
Modern rock music was inspired by like gospel music of the past as well. So it's kind of like a cycle, like Christian music, gospel music inspired blues, and that inspired secular music.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
And then I mean, like, if you go far back enough,
everything was religious.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this 30-day challenge to have you join me? And, well, I'm continuing in the challenge, but if you have never done this, 30 days is a good start. So I'm encouraging you to come along with me. And I also wanted to address the question here, should Christians listen to secular music? It's actually a question I get a lot, so that's why I wanted to make this video.
So would Creed be acceptable?
I guess technically, I used to listen. I used to listen to this like pop punk band when I was. Well, they weren't really like pop punk. They were just like punk. When I was in high school, they were called MXPX, and they were considered a Christian. They're from Bremerton, actually. They were called a Christian band, but they only mentioned religious shit in like 2 of their songs, and because of that, they could be labeled a Christian band. And then there's less competition.
Actually, I like Ted Nugent's early albums.
Oh, wow.
That guy's like insanely right-wing, and I'm a left-wing progressive, but I'm like, Stranglehold is a good song.
That's a domestic violence song. That's like a song about beating up your wife.
Which one?
That's very
Stranglehold.
Is it about beating up your wife?
Yeah.
I thought it was about the music industry, like that he hates the music industry or something.
I
saw an interview with him, and he said it was about
let's see.
hating the music industry.
Yeah, it's because he realized that beating your wife was growing out of favor amongst his fan base.
But it's actually about beating your wife. I have no idea.
Let's see.
But that's the thing. Like,
here's the lyrics.
His mid-70s stuff was pretty awesome, and then he turned incredibly shit. And his politics have no influence on how shit he turned or how good he used to be. Like,
Rhoda Cruz is
he's still a fucking asshole.
Bitch now, baby.
Rhoda Cruz is a bitch now, baby. You know you can't turn me round. As if a house gets in my way, baby, you know I'll burn it down. You remember the night that you left me? You put me in my place. Got you in a stranglehold, baby. You're gone. I crushed your face. Yeah, sometimes you want to get higher, and sometimes you gotta start low. Some people think they're gonna die someday. That's why I beat my wife, that hoe.
Never gonna go beat your wife. I can't remember that bit.
WTF, man.
WTF, man. I got a new song coming out soon. It's called
No, but like
People of
today,
Walmart.
Ted Nugent sucks fucking ass. So
He's a good guitar player, but the funny thing is,
his albums are just so bad now.
because he's a good guitar player, for some reason people care what his opinions are, which is weird. And
No, I think people care what his opinions are because they align with their opinions as well.
He goes on like DEA drug raids as like a hobby.
His first album is very good. Like Stormtroopers, it's a great song.
We should get a list.
City Madman.
We should get a list of celebrities that do like police work as a hobby. Because there's like Shaq, Steven Seagal.
I think it's because they want like with Ted Nugent, because he's a hunter. I think the ultimate trophy hunt for him is a human. So if he has an excuse to shoot a human, he will. So that's why he goes on those things.
It's gross. I think Amy Smart or somebody. There's like some female actress that would go on like police raids.
I'm right. It says, well, this is songfacts.com. That's to the industry. This is the music people. And it's about how he hates the music industry.
I think it's a cover up.
I thought it was how he beat his fucking horrible wife.
That's at face value. Probably.
Yeah.
You're just like, he seems like the kind of guy.
That's his PC way
of what it must be about.
Get right into it.
I think "Hit Me Baby One More Time" by Britney Spears was about her beating her wife.
First thing, the question: should Christians listen to secular music?
Okay, you already asked
that. By
that.
definition, the music of the world made by unbelievers. Now, it doesn't have to.
That doesn't mean no. Just because it's secular doesn't mean non-believers made it. That's ridiculous. There's plenty of Christian musical artists that went on to make secular music.
Yeah,
to make their money.
There's artists that make gospel music and secular music one and the same. They just release it to the different audiences.
Right.
What about Motown? I'm pretty sure they were
a lot of Motown
Christians.
had gospel on one half and secular on the other.
Heard it on the grapevine. It's not about Jesus.
Heard it through the grapevine. God was here. The vine of God.
Marvin Gaye was religious.
The grapevine of
He
God.
probably was.
Marvin Gaye was not religious. He was gay.
He wasn't. He was murdered by his own father, though.
For being gay?
No.
Oh.
He's satanic in nature. It can be
His
about
father was probably gay too, right?
Personal.
See, yeah, he's saying secular music is satanic in nature.
Trials and difficulties. Music that's made by unbelievers.
He has a very shallow vision of what music is. To him, it's just what the music is about.
Well, I think he has a very shallow vision of all things that he looks at. He's very face value.
He's everything ever.
I don't think he's had a deep thought in his mind. If it doesn't,
every time I watch
the Bible page.
Every time I watch one of his videos, I just want to go back and watch his baptism video where he cries.
Oh yeah, so Marvin Gaye, according to Wiki, is super religious.
Okay.
Like he didn't do sexual healing.
Yeah,
doesn't sound very religious to me. It sounds a bit like decadence.
Well, I think sexual healing was actually a gospel song. It was about the healing of the penis being cut during the bris. It was Jewish
Christian.
That's a sexual healing. Yeah, you have to cut the foreskin.
Oh, you say Marvin Gaye was Jewish?
Yeah,
not a lot of black Jews.
Yeah, him and Whoopi Goldberg.
Sammy Davis,
and Whoopi Goldberg, and Marvin Gaye. I'm pretty sure. Google it.
Okay, now keep in mind the question is not will a Christian go to hell for listening to secular music. The question is should. And should.
Always good to see the Christ.
Oh, you got the goal.
Love you, Ben, Billy.
I love you too, whoever the fuck you are.
Sure.
The team, you got really quiet. Is everything okay, dude?
Yeah, because I've been trying to find. There's a hilarious Christian punk band called Lust Control, and they sing songs. It's all about abstinence.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to find the lyrics. That they have a song called "The Big M." And the M is masturbation. I think they're anti-masturbation as well as they just don't like orgasms in general. And so I've been trying to find the actual lyrics to read because they're hilarious. But I haven't had much luck finding lists because they're not that well known.
I wouldn't.
But that's why I've been largely silent for the past few minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
I went searching the internet. I'm sorry.
I went to a Catholic high school. It was a very ethnically diverse Catholic school too, and I hated going to church because Catholic church is so boring. It's like among the most boring types of church out there. But because our school was so ethnically diverse, I'll say we had a gospel choir, and that was actually enjoyable to listen to. Like the gospel,
like a church looks kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I found the lyrics to the Big M finally,
Yeah, I'm looking at them
you
now.
have to keep in mind that this punk music, it's like it sounds like G.G. Allen. It's very like raw but the lyrics are it's natural, it's a release about like they say that about like 8 times, and then a release from what? Your sexual appetite. Forget it. Get real. It's artificial sex. And then the chorus is masturbation. It's artificial sex. So I'm wondering if that would be okay with with what's his name,
Mario
here, and I won't read the rest of it, but just it's a look into it, guys.
Masturbation is artificial sex.
I wonder if Mario Mario, like, he's always running from his true nature. He makes videos all the time about him, and he cries. He makes videos crying about how he can't stop smoking weed. He makes videos crying about how he can't stop wanting to get laid. Damn. It's like,
Just embrace it, man.
Yep.
That's what Satanism is all about.
Sexual sin is a sin against your own body. The body is not meant for sexual immorality, but for the Lord. Your body is for the Lord.
If that was true, why'd the Lord put the pleasure button in your asshole, guys? Why would he do that? Is the Lord sick in the head where he puts the most fucking wonderful area to be touched in your body inside your asshole? Is that why he does that? Huh, Lord? When, Lord? When's gonna be my time? When can my wife shove her thumb up my bum, Lord?
I'm missing out.
Oh, man.
I haven't tried that.
You haven't done the butt stuff. Yeah, you just next time you're getting a bead, you be like, "Hey, you mind sticking your finger in my butt?"
I tried that.
And poking around there. Like there's like Lacey Green just put out a new sex book, and there's an entire chapter in there about pleasuring the anus while giving a blowj, right? A beej, a blowjay.
I'm just a raw milk toast kind of.
Yeah, every time that anyone is kind of straight in there, it's painful. I don't like it.
That's why you got to practice, right?
I would let somebody do it, except I wouldn't respect them after they had their hand up my ass, because I have a fucking gigantic ass. So I'm like, no, you can't do that. It'll ruin everything we have between us. I won't respect you if you put your hand in my fucking butthole. I'm sorry. It's nothing about my pleasure or not. I'm basically like one of those. I'm basically a pastor or a priest or who disavows sex, because I won't let a girl put her hand in my butt, not because I don't want it, because I don't want to look at her in the morning and say, you gotta go get a fucking manicure or something. You gotta get these hands out of here. They were just in my ass.
Well, you got to separate what you do in the bedroom from your real life in order to avoid the shame.
Anal penetration is artificial sex.
True.
Well, yeah.
True.
At least I'm pretty sure lust control would.
You don't think they're down for the licky sticky ticky?
I love the fact that they're still active too.
Was that the cover of Pinkerton in the background of Ben's?
That's the tsunami.
No, that's the wave. That's Japanese artwork.
The tsunami.
Yeah, I think that is on the cover of Pinkerton, though.
It probably is. Yeah, it's a very famous image. Ben's a weeb.
Somebody said that I was going on an alt-right podcast, so maybe that's about the Imperial Japan or something.
Yeah, this is about the wave of the white wave, the Great White Wave.
Yes.
Great show, great guest. Mario's dumb face has been on the screen too long. Oh, hi, Billy. You are a sweet boy. Spirit Flame, thank you so much. It's so beautiful for you to say.
Also, people keep calling me Guy or just saying that I'm Kiwi. My latest video has almost 45,000 views. So
thank you.
Suck it.
Yeah, Tim, you don't have a Twitter anymore, right? Like, you got banned from Twitter. Whoa.
No comment.
Yeah. What would you say? What would you say to the people if they want to see more of Guy?
Go to the Demotivator opinion channel.
The Motivated opinion channel?
Yes, go to that one. And that's
that one.
Check it out, guys. And then you won't be calling him Guy anymore. You little beaches.
But I think my latest one just got a lot of views because it was about Sargon, so I was just
Did it really get 45,000 views?
Yeah, almost. It's like the most views I've. The other video I had that had the most views was a video of Richard Spencer being punched to Slayer's Angel of Death. And so I queued it up so that the first one into his face, like the bass drum. So it was like,
nice.
Smashing his face, but then that got taken down for hate speech. So
yeah, see, that's another issue for me.
Did you hear about super chats? What YouTube's doing with super chats?
Yeah, that's dumb. How they involuntarily give it to charity if it's bad.
I'm
45,
like,
yes, it's a lot, isn't it, chat?
Damn.
Yeah. See,
I'm
a big boy.
I'm a filthy
I think pretty soon we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. If you're a $10 patron or more, or you become a member by clicking the join button down below, you can catch the post show with Billy and I. You can interact with us. We bring everyone in through our Discord. By the way, there's a link for the Discord down below, and you can watch us and interact with us there. So you can check that out. It usually happens about 10 minutes after the normal show's over. Me and Billy, we dive in with the unwashed masses.
We touch butts, and mingle.
I have to say, I'm really surprised. Chat-wise, I think I've gotten less hate than I've gotten in like any show that I've done with you guys in the past couple of years.
Well,
I don't know. I feel like I must be slipping or something.
I think they're coming around. They're respecting you now. Like, it was a funny meme. It was a funny meme to pick on you about the Applebee's thing, but that was never a direct hit to your character at all.
Yeah,
right?
Tim, have you heard about the Applebee's thing?
Well, Vadim does always say to me, "Oh, I'm just going to Applebee's." So
okay, you know what?
Later.
I'll tell you what.
He says that constantly, all the time.
I'll tell you what,
You
Vadim.
do go there a lot.
I'll tell you what, Vadim. The only time you really pissed me off was when you see how like when people come and leave like these windows that you guys are in, how I have to rearrange everything. And I'm running the show. It's fucking complicated. I think it was a 24-hour show or something. And Vadim's like, "I'm in a hurricane. Let me on your show now." And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, and then you're like, "You're an asshole. You won't let me on, and I'm in a hurricane."
Yeah, I was. I did apologize for that, and you deserved an apology for that because I was. I'll wait for the disturbing computer voice to stop. But yeah. I was like, honestly, like that wasn't cool of me. Like I'll totally admit that. Like I was under a lot of fucking stress because I literally thought that hurricane was going to like destroy this house.
But wouldn't you?
I kind of wanted the Florida one, right?
How was I going to help you?
I mean, you are in Florida.
How was I going to help you with the hurricane?
I was really like. Yeah. I mean, I won't like. I'm not like defending myself. Like I was kind of a dick.
He wasn't in his right mind,
and I am totally willing. Like there's very few times because people accuse me of being a dick a lot, and that's that's one of the few times where I look back and I'm like, yeah, I kind of was a little bit of a dick there. So apologies to everybody.
Oh sure. I just didn't know how was why was it so important to get on the show in a hurry? Isn't it?
I literally thought like it was important to me because I literally thought that I was not going to I thought it was going to destroy my house. I wasn't sure. Like we had these like insane predictions. We got lucky. It wasn't nearly as bad as it was supposed to be. It was still bad. We were without electricity for like 2 weeks.
Damn.
But and that really sucks in like the Florida heat and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
you really need to move,
I wanted an opportunity to kind of like, and there's no reason why you should have known this. So there was no good reason to get angry at you, but I wanted an opportunity to kind of like say like, hey, goodbye internet. I probably won't see you for a few months because, my house is going to get wrecked and shit. And so like, yeah, I think I was just a dick because I was just under a lot of stress and yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm the kind of person who, in hindsight, can admit when he was not being cool.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you could have just streamed on your own channel, or you could have got the fuck out of your house and got somewhere safe.
Well, I was doing that. Like, I mean, like a lot of people were saying, like, well, why aren't you going to shelter? Well, we knew when the hurricane was going to hit, and we did go to the shelter about like a day in advance. So, you know, that, but still, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I have to say.
No. That's fine. Dude, I would never live anywhere where there's hurricanes. I just can't. I can't deal with that.
Well, honestly, like,
I'm on a fault line, so.
Yeah, like we never had that problem until like this year and last year we got a hurricane, and we were supposed to be hit this year, and thankfully, like, it was weird because there were areas that were literally about 25 minutes away that were flooded and got fucked up. We didn't even have rain where we are. So I do not know how it like missed us that much and got other regions that are fairly close to us.
Somebody said maybe you had to come on to say your final goodbyes.
Yeah,
those are the people that I want to say goodbye to.
Yeah,
and when you say, like, you know, why didn't you broadcast on your channel? Yeah, I could have done that. I knew you guys had like a wider audience, and on top of that, like the CC channel isn't like I don't really do live streams and stuff, and
Could have done one of those videos where you had like a raincoat on and you're standing in the rain.
Yes, Jesus! I love Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Benpai, keep being sweet boys.
We will be sweet boys. Thank you for that sweet boy donation.
Sweet boys. Oh my God.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna actually be in Florida next weekend. If anybody's watching and they're in the Fort Lauderdale area and you want to have a meetup, we can get a fucking a butt punch party going.
Is Manny gonna be there? Yes.
Yes. Maybe. I don't know.
You're not afraid, like Brett Keane, that someone's gonna try to take you out?
Oh, dude, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm probably stupid because of how little fear I have. It probably is a condition.
Are you gonna bring a gun?
I don't have to bring a gun to Florida. Come on, man. I got shooters in the streets of Florida.
It's my perception of America. Like, you can't go anywhere.
It's a stand your ground state.
Yeah.
So.
I'm making a stand your ground beef state. I'm just gonna walk
I just
around
saw
with a
this
barber.
like this right wing like lady. You know, there's like right wingers who walk around with video cameras, and she's walking around like annoying protesters. And then whenever the protesters get angry, she tells them that she's armed. She's like, you know, I've got a gun, right? I'm carrying a gun. Because I'm a strong woman and I have a gun. So like this guy has a sign, and the sign kind of nicks her a little bit, and she's like, "Don't touch me! I've got a gun." And he's like, "Are you serious?"
Like, okay.
It's like, I'm just holding a fucking sign. Like, man, you gotta chill. She's like, he grazed me with a sign. It's time to fucking kill some people.
Her superhero name is the Gunt.
Gunt.
It's just right wing people, man. They love their guns too much. No offense. Chat.
I have a gun. I don't get nearly enough times to use it, so I'll just tell you I have it. That's the most use I get out of my gun, is telling people I have one.
Yeah, because this girl's like, what did you say to me? Get out of my face. And she's like, you know, I'm armed. And she's like, oh, Jesus.
You ever had somebody pull a gun on you?
We don't have guns in that sort of. We've got guns here, but we don't have much in the kind of crime context.
If anybody ever pulls a gun on you,
I can't imagine ever having a gun pulled on me. That would be really unexpected.
In Brooklyn, there was this guy that I used to get, homeless guy who I used to give change to all the time. And one time I was going down into the subway, and he pulled out, he was standing there and wearing a raincoat, and he like what looked like the barrel of a gun came out of his jacket, and he said like something like, "Oh yeah, you know what that is. Give me your money." And I looked at him and I was like, I just gave you 35 cents yesterday. And as I was staring down at this, like, I realized what it was, is that it wasn't the shaft of a gun. He had taken an umbrella.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was his cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say he had a metal penis.
He took an umbrella and kind of like, you know, I guess sawed it off to look like a gun shaft. Yeah. And it still scared the shit out of me. And I just ran.
Right.
So that's the closest that I've come to having a gun pulled on.
So before we wrap up here, feel free to plug anything you want. Like, when's this podcast starting? What's the?
It's probably realistically going to be a month or so, because I've got to learn how to use this new program that forget. Maybe you're familiar with it, dude. What's it called? I thought it was on my computer. I can't tell you what it is.
Grindr?
But yeah, I'm going to be the tech guy, and I don't know anything about this stuff. And I'm doing it through a Mac too, which I know is maybe we can talk about that sometime, you and I.
So basically, we're doomed. We're fucked already.
I'm sorry, Tim. I just, I'm trying to do what I can to get it going.
You guys, next time you do a podcast like this, it's too late for this one. Next time, you should just do it and then announce it afterwards, or when you're ready to go. One of the big failures is announcing something when you're not ready, and it takes a lot of the motivation out of it. But I think you got enough people that love you and respect you that they will fucking watch it anyways. But like me, I don't tell anybody I'm doing anything until I've already done it. It's my secret of success.
Just fatting around.
Yeah, I just fat around.
I think what happened is that I had an impression that it was going to be easier to learn this program than I think it actually is, and I'm not even sure if the program that I have is going to work with I got a pirated version of it.
Did you choose
No, yeah, you can't do it.
Did you choose when you open the program?
I mean, a pirate. What are you using? XSplit?
No, it's
Just go.
Is it
just
Wirecast? Is that what it's called?
You know what you should do?
I'll tell you what it is.
You know what you should do? You should just get Streamlabs OBS and use that or something, because that's free.
That works on a Mac.
Go get, what was it called? Boot Camp?
Okay, what I downloaded is called Wirecast Pro.
Yes, Wirecast. I said that twice.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry.
Get Boot Camp for your Mac. And
so you're saying that it's not going to work? Because
okay, so what you want to do to get this to work? To get this to work, you want to get your Mac and you want to move it near a window, okay? And then you want to take the Mac and push it out the fucking window and get a PC instead.
That's why they call it Windows.
I don't think that's very good advice.
If your computer doesn't run Windows,
I got
push it out the windows.
Okay, I'm the person people come to in a time of crisis. There was one guy who was in a hurricane that came to me.
Yeah,
that's why you're Benpai, right?
Yeah,
Benpai.
Yeah,
the master.
Who's a magic man?
Master. Okay, sorry.
Would we be able to do all the things that you guys do on Drunken Peasants through OBS?
Yes, I use XSplit. I use XSplit, which isn't a free program, but OBS can basically do most of the stuff that I do.
Yeah, but one thing we might not have is just the magic. We might not have it.
Well, there you go. The it
then
factor.
We'll be screwed. Can you give us the it?
I mean, I'll be your personal consultant. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
All that crap. Just to wear that mask thing.
In chat now. I'm devastated.
What are you devastated about? What's going on?
All the Mac hate.
Oh yeah. I knew I was gonna get that. I knew I was gonna get that ball rolling with that. So, but yeah. Yeah. So thanks for being on. You guys are welcome back anytime. And have a good night.
Love you.
Here's my cat.
Later, guys.
Later.
Cute kitty.
Good night.
See you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, man.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.